countdown very quick. Live in three, two, one. Happy Tuesdays, all. Happy Tuesdays. This is week 7 of the Footballer's Life podcast. Week 7. I'm surprised that we made it here. A whole 7 weeks of consistency. So let's get straight to the point. Gents, I can bring y'all on right now. What's good?
Sportman.
Okay. Awesome. Please excuse me. I'm thirsty. Okay. Hello.
Thirsty.
Yeah. Thirsty. I know how you run today, Chrissy. Just a friendly reminder. You know you got the challenge this week. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So is this? Hey, question. Was the Vikings? They was on a bye week. Eh? I didn't see them play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen, man.
Vikings, Chiefs, Dolphins, and someone else.
He text me crazy, and then they
All right. So no Shams or nothing. No Shams. No Angelo.
Chargers is on. Chargers is on a bye. No, Chargers play Denver.
Yeah, and they won, I believe.
And someone else in the NFC is on a bye week. Two NFC, two AFC.
2 years he was hurt one of them years. Fuck you.
Who ain't see?
Other than the Vikings, Carolina, they play.
Yeah, they play. Who play on Thursday?
That was
Seattle.
Atlanta. No, yeah, Seattle and Niners.
So, oh yeah, all right.
Someone else was on a bye.
I can't. It probably in the bottom there.
That's Fox.
All right, cool. So,
Yeah, the Rams is on the way.
Oh,
The Rams.
yeah, they in the bottom this season.
Pipinati, you want a flight, eh? You got an ox? That AC.
Yeah, I got it. That's why I'm getting on by. Let me turn it off.
No break, no break.
That's them Duckless. That's them unit.
That's a-
I got Douglas and the fine on you, see?
Oh, fuck. Die freezing and now.
All right. Okay, so excuse me, gents. So first things first. Let's get straight to it. Breaking news. Well, it was like 12 hours later, but your boy he got traded to the Jets. I think one of y'all, or probably most of y'all predicted it. I think it was Chrissy. So,
Everyone knows, man.
so Vado, let me start with you. What letter grade would you give this trade?
I give it an A. That's just
Or
they needed this trade. I mean, to be honest, I had them go into the playoffs before they even pick him up with the roster that they had. I say, hey, the Jets should win anywhere from 10 to maybe 12 games, and they should be in the playoffs. Now, obviously, it wasn't working out that way, but I think if you can go all in on the Aaron Rodgers era, you got to give him the things he's most comfortable with, and Davante Adams is the receiver that he is most comfortable with. Me personally, if I was the Jets owner, I given them Devontae got 2 more years on his contract. If I was them, I given him an A-Rod this year and in the next 2 years with on Devontae contract and see what they could do for me. Now, me personally, I don't think they could win a ring. That's just me personally. But I believe if you the Jets who've been in purgatory for they ain't made the playoffs in 13 years, what's the worst of you riding this out and see how far this could go and see if they could take you to the promised land. And so I give it an 8, and I also commend as much as we talk about with the Jets organization. I give Woody Johnson. I commend Woody Johnson for going all in while he have the chance. So yeah, I mean, no homo.
All right, so you give it an A.
Yeah, I give it an A.
All right, what about you, Chrissy? What's your grade on the trade?
Um, I give it like a B plus. I mean, they have a few stuff to clean up on, like the O line and stuff, but that could come with time. I just was thinking, I mean, another wide receiver is a need. I mean, almost every team could do with a elite wide receiver, like an extra one. I just think that was in their biggest need at the time. But if he there, I mean, might as well get him. I mean, that's about it.
So okay, so Vado, that's a A from you.
Mm-hmm.
Chrissy, B plus or just a B?
B plus.
B plus. What about you, Trey?
Mm. I don't like the trade. I don't like it.
What's your grade? What you graded?
Trying not to be biased. So you see, I see Jazz Nation come on the bonnet. So I can fall in line with Chrissy. I can give it a B.
Oh,
Why little skeptical on it? Because
that's a good grade though. It's a
yeah, but
passing grade.
I could give him because that's Davante Adams. Eh, like, because how I think of it, if it was the grade two teams, Jets B, Raiders F, because you could get more. But why don't give Jets an A on that? Because unlike some people who think Gad Wilson is a wide receiver one, I think that's putting a step back and connection no more between Gad Wilson and Aaron Rodgers and the development factor of Gad Wilson because so far Lazard been wide receiver one, and Mary, shit is in, and I wouldn't say the connection in there, but you can see Rodgers leaning more towards who he comfortable with, like Chrissy said. So it ain't looking good for Gad Wilson on that behalf.
All right, so you give it a B. All right, I got you. But now, what about you, bro? What's your grade?
I give it an A. I think I think this a trade that actually benefit really both sides. Because he wasn't playing for Raiders no more. That was plain obvious. And when you look at the compensation what they get is a third round pick. It's conditional third round pick that let me see what it say here. It becomes a second if he either becomes a first or second team All Pro this season, or if an active roster should the Jets make the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl. And the real kicker, what I like, is the Jets take on all the salary for the rest of the contract. Now they obviously done restructure it to lessen the cap it, but the Raiders basically get a solid third that probably can end up being a second round offer. So it just make a lot of sense and it take a lot of pressure off of Garrett Wilson. That's what I really think. Because to me in that passing game is either Garrett Wilson or nothing else. So just really make your these have to think twice about how you play the Jets offense.
All right. I mean, decent positive grades. Jets Nation, you said.
We just doing grades, right?
Yeah, grades for now, and also your reasoning.
Uh, I give the trade an eight.
Okay.
Uh, it ain't just because I a Jets, of course, but I truly believe it's an eight. The way I look at it is this: Woody Johnson, them they said he was going all in. I think when I came inside, Vado was touching on it a little bit. I didn't get to hear all of Vado
Whoa,
yet.
whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 bro. Whoa.
Oh boy.
Jump straight into the Can't even hear sender, but no.
Anyway, like I said,
Sorry,
Vado was
Angelo.
touching on it.
Anyway,
Yes, the point what Vado was making earlier, I agree with. Uh, I believe what ended up happening was that you have to take under consideration that if you say you're going all in, it's best for you to go all in. And if you actually going all in, Ain't no sense you half step it. It's best you go completely all in. And I think that's what they did just now. When it comes to Garrett Wilson, I think this is going to free up a lot of space. I know people like Trey them say, oh, it is wide receiver number one, but that ain't with Lazard, that ain't the truth. The problem is when you watch the games and you look at his game is he's get double teamed. When he gets double teamed, the way offense is playing is, guess what? We're gonna take him away, and you're gonna have to prove to us between Mike Williams, Lazard, y'all just have to be able to pass to them. So I think that's why you see a lot of times early on inside the season, he was getting all these passes. Uh, I think this is really going to free it up. I don't think you can. This is going to help Brees Hall game. I think you can't load the box no more. So they're going to have to basically use those linebackers and don't load the box. So that's going to help Brees Hall. And if you load the box, I think knowing you have Garrett Wilson, Davante Adams, and you have Lazard out there, which we already see, I can make an argument Lazard is the best number 3 wide receiver in the NFL once he played with Aaron Rodgers. So I think it only goes up from here. I never was no big fan of Mike Williams on the whole. Like I say, he don't get separation at all. He's the type of wide receiver you just throw the ball up to, and you're counting on him to jump ball, to catch jump balls and stuff like that over other cornerbacks or DBs or whatever, safety, whoever's on him on that particular play. So that ain't. I don't think those type of wide receivers are good for Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers like wide receivers who understand schemes, who could get separation, and follow instructions. So that's it.
And smart enough to catch that box shoulder pass.
Yeah.
What box shoulder?
But Aaron Rodgers he's one of the nastiest
He was
of
the
them
king of
box
that.
shoulder passes, bro. Yeah,
I mean,
but
but Wayne there not tonight. Wayne saving no one. That boy was supposed to be on the street. Rodgers threw duck, and he trying to blame Mike Williams. We ain't into that tonight.
I mean, but Mike Williams ain't been doing nothing all season. Let's call
I
it what it
agree.
is.
I can agree with you. I can give you that. But when
Hold on. What did he throw?
He throw. He say what he did say a breaking route.
Duck.
He throw a duck. But so Rodgers say he was throwing a breaking route or some shit like that.
I don't know if you listened to what he said on my, or at least what he said he said there's two options. He said Lazard's supposed to be the go route. So when you see Lazard put his hands up inside the air, you automatically know he was the go route. He's the one. He's supposed to take the cornerbacks, or at least the cornerbacks and the safety with him. What happened was Mike. Well, I don't know exactly the terminology. I ain't the best at it, but he was supposed to turn around. Even if you notice if you watch the play, Mike looked one way, and then when he looked and see where the ball was, he tried to turn the opposite way.
Yeah.
Because he never was supposed to go that way. And I believe that's also what contributed to him slipping. If he didn't run the right route, he would have never looked to his left. He would have automatically looked to his right from the get-go, and he would have been in position.
I would
That's what
agree.
A-Rod said on McAfee today. He said he's supposed to go to the red line. The red line is outside.
Yeah,
That's the outside.
And when he turned inside, and then he tried to turn back outside.
Yes, it's correct. When he turned inside, when he see where the ball was, he tried to redirect himself back to the right line, and then that's also what caused him slip down. If he never slipped down, that ball was perfect. Because to be honest with you, that was such a good pass. If that guy didn't even come to intercept the ball, I don't know who it was who made the interception. But if he didn't come to make the interception, while Mike Williams was on the floor, it looked like he still was going to have an opportunity to catch that ball. So if he was standing up like how he's supposed to, could be a catch. But I mean, we'll talk about that part later. But I know a lot of people I was watching some of the sports shows today. And I honestly ain't saying this because I suggest. I think a lot of people conflicted on what they want. And people saying he threw Mike Williams underneath the bus. I just think people got to make a decision. Either you want to hold people accountable, or we could just play the pity party game as to say, hey, guess what? Or don't talk about him if you make a mistake. A-Rod didn't criticize himself on two for the past 2 weeks on plays what he made where he made a mistake. So it ain't like he just throwing other people underneath the bus. But I never was one of those type of people. I believe if you do something and you do it wrong, and they ask a question, you tell the truth. Or you just say
So
no comment. If you're a person, you just say no comment.
watch this, right? So what if Joe Burrow, the Joe Chase under the bus, hypothetically speaking, right? When Chase get that
This is the
unsportsmanlike
last
conduct,
question. Then we gotta move on. But
yeah.
yeah,
When Chase get that unsportsmanlike conduct would practically cost them the game. Couple
Yes,
of weeks
against the
back.
Chiefs, against the Chiefs.
Yeah. What if Burrow to come
What was
on
the
the final
unsportsman
and
like
was like,
conduct?
yeah, when he get flagged for running on with one of the Chiefs players
Yeah,
or
he had
doing something.
15 yards, and they had the field goal to win the game.
See what he's saying? So what if Joe Burrow had been like, if Chase don't get this penalty, we in prime position to win this game.
He could have said that. Ain't nothing wrong with him saying that because
I
Chase
mean, he
was
could
I
have.
wrong.
don't think
He
nothing's
could
wrong with
have.
that trade. Trade. No,
But
you
to the
asked me a
media,
question, Trade. Hold on, Trade.
you think going to the media saying that it's the right thing to
No,
do
no, Trade.
versus in the locker
No,
room?
Trade. This how I look at it. I look at it different. I believe this is my way of thinking. I'm not saying this is right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just telling you this my way of thinking. If you go to the media and you are and you go to the media and you volunteer information, I look at that a little bit different. If you get asked a question, what do you think about Jamar Chase and the penalty what he got as far as that? If say ball go there and say Chase got to be smarter than that, he got to understand the situation. That really cost us. That really helped cost us the game. I don't see nothing wrong with that. It's either get to the point where either you want people to lie or you want people to tell the truth. A
all
lot
right.
of people are
So
still there lying.
all right. So we can come back to that soon because the next topic really is. I want to talk about that game last night. Now we talking about the Jets rating the future tense, but let's talk about them rating probably and rating
Fast
the
dance.
yeah pretty much. So Chrissy, what was your reaction to the game last night with the Bills, who've been struggling, but they managed to beat the Jets, who've been
Yeah,
struggling too. So yeah, two struggling teams. They both needed that win. But let me get your thoughts on it.
yeah, but that's a good thing though, because the AFC is still up in the air. But as I say though, the Bills only could go as far as Josh Allen. He done let that go. Um, they rookie had a solid game. I see Ray Davis. They got 152 yards. Um, and they
Yo,
defense
Chris,
come up plus too. Which Epinesa or whatever he name. I know that
Epinesa.
play. Epinesa, yeah. He plays solid too. Look like the two teams like I wouldn't say stall out. It might have just been the defense with kicking in the second half. And the Jets could easily win that fight. I think Greg the leg missed two free field goals, right?
Tyler
Trash.
Boss too.
Yeah.
Tyler Boss
Yeah.
when
And
he missed
about
an
it, aim is
extra
no two
point.
free shot.
He
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 missed an
missed. He
extra
missed
point
an
and a
extra
field
point
goal.
and a field
yeah,
goal.
extra point and a field goal. But them said with Greg missed, they wasn't even that long. So I mean, they could easily win that though. But shout out to Aaron Rodgers. He had a great, I mean, season 8 yards at last game. And Brees Hall, he looked like he was jamming, boy. He looked like he was jamming this game.
All right, cool. Just a separate topic, Shams. Y- your subtitle, bro. talk your shit. I can just say that.
What
And
it
to
name?
put that
What it
there for
is?
Vado, man.
Broncos what?
Bronco
Bronco
killer.
Killer.
Very
Moving
good.
fast.
Vado, let me get your thoughts on last night's game, bro.
Greg the leg. He falling off the cliff. That's that's my number one takeaway because he
He ain't
cost
got
them
no
the
more
game.
legs. No.
Yeah, I mean I ain't gonna touch that one, but anyway. Yeah. So I think the Jets need to bring in some kickers for a while go, just to scare Greg. See if he go start in some field goals. But if not, they gotta cut him and go a different route. I think the offense gotta take some blame. From what I remember, I think they was 1 of 4 down in the red zone. They had opportunities to punch it in. They had Garrett. Now I will say this: I believe the Bills get away with a lot last night. One or two of them could have gone PI. You know what I mean? I saw it was one for sure with Garrett. He got to go out of the pass in France. But at the end of the day, I believe the Jets could have punched the ball in more than they did. But I'll say this: the Jets really didn't let Buffalo do too much in the red zone either. So it's like a give and take. I do think the game was closer than it should have been based on everything that happened just because of that Hail Mary. Like that was a luck play. Like I say last night in the group, like if I was Buffalo coach, them niggas gotta do drills, Hail Mary drills for at least an hour, bro. Everybody going up trying to intercept the ball instead of they hit it down. Like you all start chasing and then so that just knock the ball down. We go in the half. What does empty interception mean for you all? Put on your start sheet or something? I don't know. But anyway, they cost the game be much closer than it should have been. I think we talk about the Jets trade, but the Bills address a real need today. I think those who said that Josh Allen needed a number one receiver, they was right. We saw that they got out to a good start in the beginning, put the points up, but then second half they couldn't do nothing. Both teams only scored 3 points in the second half, so you could see it was a need for both of them to make upgrade. And I think I don't know if they make that trade in reaction to the Jets or if that was always on their mind, but I think the Amari Cooper trade was a good trade for the Bills. They needed that. Amari Cooper, I believe, he a little underrated. I don't know if that's a good thing to say, a fair thing to say, but I think he a little underrated. I think he lose interest in Detroit because of Deshaun Watson, but I think he should do good in Buffalo. So I think they'll have them.
All right, cool. Bernard, what about you, bro? Last night game?
Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch the game. I was in Bimini, and like the internet and everything was down, so I didn't get to watch it.
All right, cool. Shams, you? Shams.
No, sorry. I was walking through. I ain't get to watch all the game, but I don't say, I just got to prove yourself now. They made the trade for somebody he wanted. He did look good last night. I ain't like how he blamed Mike Williams, so. But that's just him.
Just because you like Mike Williams, that's your boy.
Yeah, man, he coming back.
All right.
With a boat.
Huh?
How you doing back to with a boat?
Yeah, man, let him come back home.
All right. I ain't gonna dwell right on this topic a bit too long. But Angelo, as the fellow Jets fan, I gonna let you close it though. What's your thoughts on last night game on both sides, Bills plus the Jets?
I believe. Let me go with the Bills first. I believe the Bills made the game tougher than they had to. I believe they was running the ball effectively. They was effective in the game of running the ball. I don't know if they would have been able to do it the entire night, but what you started to notice was they went away from running the ball. A couple of plays you started to see Allen get the ball, started to throw the ball a lot, which I didn't think the Jets didn't show them that they could actually stop the run. So I believe if they did keep running the ball, the time of possession would have been more on their side. They would have hold on to the time of possession, but it would keep us away from having the ball. And I think it would have served them well too. But, I mean, they didn't do it, so that's on them. Now, as far as with us, Greg the leg. Possibly that cost me 2 games this season.
Any parlays?
No,
Any parlay? No, he didn't cost you no parlay.
No, he didn't really cost me no parlay.
Okay, good.
Well, the next thing I would say with Greg is I see people, like I said, watch some of the sports shows today. I see like Nick Wright, he was trying to use it oh well. And I think Trey tried to use it too. Just tried to discredit like, hey, I don't want to hear it. Well, he missed 2 when the Bills kicker missed a field goal and an extra point. I think it's a difference. I think the extra point is valid. They missed the extra point. That usually don't happen. I'll give some credence to that. I still didn't get to see it, but I'm going based on what you guys told me yesterday. The one where he missed, y'all said it was blocked, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Tyler.
Boss. Yeah. One of them was blocked.
The extra point.
Yeah, the extra point get blocked.
Okay. Okay. That was the extra point. That was blocked. I think when a defense does something, I don't look at it so much on the kicker per se. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna count that one. That's
You
you
got
got to give some credit to the Jets for actually being able to block that. The difference with Greg is no one affect his own. You just missing.
He just
That's
dead.
exactly what
What you just say.
you just missing. And the thing about it is, these supposed to know long field goals. These makeable field goals, and he's missing them. And I don't know if you remember when we were saying when we was watching the game last night. You remember he went for an extra point, and it went in. I go and say, Greg then started his foolishness. Why you can't hit the ball right in the middle? That was even an extra point. It going in. And I said that before he even missed those two field goals. I said he then started because my point is if the extra kick you didn't hit the ball way to the side, it barely scraping. Why you can't hit the ball right in the middle? So I don't know if it's something psychologically going wrong with him or he damaged goods at this particular point. But to be honest with you, I would let him go after last game. But they could keep him. They go hold on. But as far as with the Jets with the game, we lost a big opportunity. Like I said, I didn't speak on Mike Williams. I'm not gonna stray on that for too long. I agree with Aaron Rodgers when he talk about the holding within the 5-yard line. Like he said, you don't see too much holdings within the 5. Not on a running play. I didn't agree with that call. That wasn't holding. That just wasn't holding. But it is what it is. I blame A-Rod because A-Rod had a touchdown he could have thrown. Also in there, I think he went to throw it to Braylon Allen, but I think it hit one of the defender's helmet. It was a little pass. He just thought it was a little flick up, but it hit one of the helmet and it dropped right down. So A-Rod got to tighten that up last night, but I think he played well. I didn't come out that game saying Aaron Rodgers played bad. I think he played extremely well that game. He got blast a couple of times. He still was able to get up and still was able to be effective. I think the play calling was good. Vado, you are right there. I've come to the conclusion, like I always tell people, part of being a man is admitting when you're wrong. Pocket is garbage. Part of being a man is knowing when you was wrong. Sometimes you just wrong. And I've seen in the hockey that even though we lost that game, you watched that game and you saw the creativity, the different movements. It just looked like an offense. It just looked like a NFL up to date modern offense. It didn't look like that old archaic offense what we was trying to run. And so I love the play calling. I'm looking forward to it becoming better, or at least they fine tuning certain things in it. So that's about it.
All right, so just one last question for the panel, right? Y'all can be honest. If Davante was playing last night, who would win?
The Jets.
Okay.
I can't say that.
See,
I don't think they had.
Trey. Hey, be
No,
honest.
it's the
biased
aspects
bad.
of the
I ain't
game.
gonna lie.
No.
He can't help himself. But listen to me.
it ain't
Him
a
and
bias.
Wally, they can't help
looking at-
themselves.
Hold on, Trey,
All
Lily.
right, watch this.
Let me get your reason. Let me get your reason.
Y'all think the Hail Mary still happen if Davante in the game?
Yeah.
But Trey, even without the Hail Mary, though, they've been in the red zone like 4 times. They only come with 1 touchdown, and then Greg the leg missed 2 or 3. So
I mean,
imagine
I
if they
agree
had
with that,
Davante,
right?
but they would have scored. But I feel like they would have been that game.
I know, babe. Because
That particular game, I ain't saying wait next time they play the Bills. But how that game played out last night, if they had Davante, I feel they would have win.
So if they had Amari Cooper, if Bills had Amari and Jets had
That's a whole
Davante.
different vibe. He ain't asked that. But
That's a good question, Chrissy. I didn't even think about that. I can be honest, I didn't think about that.
and that's why I say I ain't gonna sit here and say the Jets definitely could win next time because that Amari thing was in the back of my mind.
But then, Bill still is missing key defensive players too last night. Who they gonna probably have back in the second matchup?
like Von Miller.
Yeah, and Bernard.
I thought that Von Miller washed though.
Nobody.
Nobody. He
Oh
was
yeah.
looking washed for a second, but he back now.
He's a situational pass rusher, do so.
Could you honestly say he back?
I mean, he back like your boy say situational. He ain't gonna run rough short, but the
No.
way how Aaron Rodgers looked last night, boy, he was gonna get a sack on him.
And James Cook didn't play last night.
I mean, let's be okay. Let's put this in perspective. I don't think James Cook was going to have a better game than what your boy had last night. I think it's only so much. I think there's a limit on production. I think there's a limit on production.
He's a dual threat doing them.
Yeah, but my point is, how much yards did your boy finish with? 100 and how much it was?
One
Rush
I
it.
don't know if it's all together.
I think all purpose is 130 or something like that.
So that's my whole point. There's a limit on ceiling. So even if James Cook come back there, if they was to play, I don't think James Cook is going to have a game where he has more than 130 yards.
But
Do I believe James Cook is better than him? Yes. But I'm saying there's
All
still
right,
a
watch
limit
this.
on how much production you can get from a position. I don't think
If he
James
better,
Cook is going to.
y'all have to pay more attention to that versus what y'all pay to Davis.
I honestly don't think. That's just me, my honest opinion. I don't think. I believe Omari Cooper. I don't believe he's underrated. I don't even believe he's a true number one receiver no more. I believe he was a number one. I don't believe he's that no more. I believe he's really a number two.
He just was a number one last year, though.
We got somebody rating
in
the comments. Ichiro Ramen. Rogers looked dead old. Once it wasn't a quick pass. They tried to kill him. He ain't going to last.
That's
Yeah.
Kiro. That's
Oh,
Kiro.
okay.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all need a lineman for Drew.
Rogers didn't look good last night. Rogers looked all right last night. He looked
Vaughn
banged
Miller
up.
was there. Vaughn was getting a sack on him last night, but
You got talking about
Maybe.
last night, like three games,
What?
3 times.
Oh, Vaughn said, hold on. Vaughn, see, that's why I say I'm not even sure what Vaughn is because Vaughn get caught for PEDs, right?
Vaughn what?
Vaughn is out for PEDs, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. That's why I say before, when people say he back, I have to put things in context. You look washed, you couldn't play. All of a sudden now, miraculously, you could have played. But then we found out, PEDs was in your system.
I ain't
So,
gonna lie.
so the idea is,
That might not necessarily be PEDs to the point where
it may not, but my
Stranded
point
him.
is, but my point is this: we all as human beings, we can psychologically put this together. He never had no issues with this in the past, as far as we know. You look washed, you get desperate, you ain't the fastest, your fast twitch muscles ain't the same. So you take something to try, see if you could get back to your old form. So when I say he back, I'm not saying do I 100% know for sure PEDs is the reason why you look at this? No. But one could assume, hey, guess what? You look horrible, like you was teething season ago. All of a sudden, it looked like you gained something back, and then we found PEDs inside your system. So I'm just saying, you can't blame no one for assuming it.
you saying.
Yeah.
All right.
He's dealing with charges last year too.
All right. I feel you. So we're gonna move on right quick. So Chrissy, I want you to start this off. I heard something right on first take on one time. This was roughly like 2 weeks ago. Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. They was talking about the Lions. They just to kill one team. I think it was the Seahawks. And Shannon went as far to say that this season the Lions have the offense they have is probably the best rating the league now. So my question is, especially how they just killed the Cowboys. Now, mind you, yes, it is the Cowboys. You know, Doc, 60 million, cool, but 47-6. Jesus, I think the next team would did better than them was the Buccaneers. They dropped 51. So my question right to the panel, and then Chrissy, you can start this off, right? Has the Detroit Lions proved that they have the best O rate this season? Why? And if they don't, then who does? Not the Jaguars, of
All
course,
right.
but yeah.
Yeah, they have a lead offense for sure. I mean, probably like the last 2 years or so. I can't remember that good, but as of recent, you know, golf them they've been balling. They have a very very good offense. I'd say they have the best offense in the NFC. But I still think the best offense in the league right now is the Ravens. Um,
What?
they just too balanced, bro. I mean they high scoring do. I mean I can't really say the Lions from the Cowboys game because Saints put up 44 on the Cowboys too, and Saints offense ain't really all that to me. So I mean I still got the Ravens, bro. That their run game too strong and that open up the passing game. You'd say Lamar can't pass that good, but
Still ain't
if
top
nigga
five.
if niggas open,
Hold
you
on, Dre.
get
Let him finish. All right.
you get them. It just make it easier for him.
All right. Bernard, what about you, bro? You got I guess, the air condition. I guess to put him to sleep. Trey, what about you, man?
Right?
Do the Lions have the best in the league? And if not, who does?
I ain't like Chrissy. I believe the Lions have the best offense in the league. When you talk about passing and rushing, yeah. When you talk about running back one and running back two, then you get wide receiver one, you get wide receiver two, and whoever could be all pro tight end. Yeah, that's the best offense right now in the league.
Uh,
For the most part, they the healthiest offense at that. And when you factor in passing, which they QB top five in or top 10, and you factor in rushing where they top 10 in, yeah,
all
best
right,
offense.
I feel you. Father, before I come to you, no, I want to show y'all somebody in the comments. I don't know who's Mel, but he's a follower. Thank you. The Lions have one of the most complete teams, and they are gutsy with their play calling. They could beat you with the run game or the passing game.
Fox.
I
Ravens
think
can't beat you
that's
passing the ball.
that's my boy in Orlando.
All right, cool.
But
Thanks for
yeah,
following.
I agree with what Chrissy said though. I agree with Baltimore, and I can put some numbers up behind it.
Okay.
Um, the Ravens. So Detroit is the best scoring offense in the league at 30.2 points a game, but Baltimore right behind them at 29.5. Right. The Ravens have the most yards per game, 453 yards a game. Detroit at 416. Baltimore lead the league in rushing yards a game with 205. The next closest is 167 yards a game, and that ain't Detroit. I think Detroit at 150 something or whatever.
Still
So
top five.
at the end of the day, you talk
Hold on, bro. You
It
check your
dip a
mic.
little bit.
You talking to the mic?
you look at them.
Yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
You, you do something.
Oh no.
We can't have no more.
You mute it.
Oh, it's saying that his
Yeah,
mic is not. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't mute it. I didn't mute it. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, what I'm saying is when you talk about moving the ball, it don't matter if you passing or running. It's the fact that you moving the ball. They moving the ball. So they got way more yards in Detroit per game. The quarterback, everybody say Lamar ain't a storing quarterback. Fine, we know he's a running quarterback, but he moving the ball on the field. Now, Detroit 5-1, they 4-2. All right. So everybody looking at that to say the record to say, all right, they got a better record, so there's a better offense. But when you really look at the numbers, I believe Baltimore have the better offense. And the only reason I think Detroit have the better scoring numbers right now, which very that like razor close, is because they played them Cowboys the other day and score 40 something points. Now, as I believe as the season go on, Baltimore will pass them in points per game as well. And they can definitely be the number one offense. There ain't gonna be no question. That's what I believe.
All
Yeah,
right.
they leading in
So
TDs too.
Where the passing numbers though? He's waiting to hear that.
hold on, wait, Trey. Hold on, wait. So with your logic right there, though, what I trying to get, somebody who who's not a football fan is like that yet.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying is that once the numbers there, it's like okay, so the passing game is not there, but the numbers there. It's like okay, but once the ball move, then it don't matter.
Yes. I mean, Trey won passing numbers, right? So let me give him
Okay.
some passing numbers.
No,
Okay,
'cause I
cool.
want- I want
Okay, cool. All the way, Trey. All the way, Trey.
Only averaging
Passing, you see?
So my question is, so versatility it doesn't count then, because the same thing.
That's what I looking at.
Because the thing is, what your boy is saying right now is that saying that the Lions
All right.
they're complete,
Let me give you the
but the
numbers.
Ravens aren't.
Let me give you the
Ravens only
numbers
averaging
since he won though.
Okay, sure.
The Detroit Lions are averaging 258 pass yards a game, and the Baltimore Ravens are averaging 248. So you doing about 10 more yards a game. What's
But,
so crazy about that?
But Baltimore only
They can switch it
averaging
off,
40
though.
more yards on the whole.
Huh?
Baltimore only averaging 40 more yards a game on the whole.
Only 40 more yards. Listen to yourself.
But I trying to show you. But all right, watch this now.
40 more yards.
Watch this
That's
now.
crazy.
Watch this now. You saying they average 168 per game rushing. Detroit average 150 something.
No. I said they average 205
My bad,
yards a
200.
game.
200.
Yes.
And Detroit average about 160 something or 150 something.
Yes.
All right, now watch this now.
150, 157.
All right, that's roughly 50 more yards, right?
Yes.
So that's where the 40 coming from. The 40
Mhm.
more yards they averaging. Because there's the best rushing team, which and I ain't gonna deny it. I ain't gonna agree.
Okay,
So that's what I trying to say. The Lions is the more balanced team.
Because they got 10 more passing yards a game.
Yeah.
That makes
Ravens
it
when
more
they
fun.
get 40 more rushing.
Come on.
hey Angelo,
Only-
you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah. For me personally, it's the Lions. I believe they is the most complete team. I believe they can beat you in different ways. I also believe they have the best offensive line, which I believe you have to take that under consideration when it comes to having the best offense. You have to take offensive line. I think they have the best offensive line by far. I believe Jared Goff, he have all the time in the world to throw the ball. They actually push defensive line back. That actually helps their run game. I just think they're really, for me personally, I think they are extremely balanced. Now, when people in response to the Baltimore part, I understand what Vado's saying, and I think one could just assume, hey, you know what? If you moving the ball, you just moving the ball. It's almost like the basketball analogy when people say, "Oh, well, who's the best center? The center can shoot trees and that." Well, a shot could just dunk on your head all day and score 30-something points. It really don't matter how you're doing it. It still is a better offensive player. So I can understand it from if you look at it from that point of view. But to me, when it comes to football, I just believe when people key in on a particular part of your game, like what Belichick used to do when he say, "Hey, guess what? We're gonna load the box." And I think that's what they do a lot with Lamar. They just say, "Hey, you know when they get to the playoff, we're gonna put a scheme together. We're gonna contain. You're not gonna get on the outside. We're gonna put a spy, and we're gonna load the box. So you're not gonna run. We're not gonna let you out the pocket. If you try to run out the pocket, and you gonna have to beat one-on-one coverage. You have to be one-on. Your wide receivers are gonna have to win one-on-one with the defensive backs on the outside." I believe that's a recipe for disaster, and I just believe just because of that, you can't do that to the Lions. You really don't know what you get when it comes to the Lions, and because of that, I gotta put them as number one.
All right,
One last thing, I can make an argument. I'm not saying for sure, but I can make an argument. They ain't even, so in my opinion, Baltimore might not even be number two. That's just my opinion. I can make an argument because you could make an argument. San Francisco might be number two.
what about the Bucks?
I think San Francisco is extremely hard to stop.
All right, so I got an one next comment right here. Derrick Henry is the ex. Oh, Vado, this sounds like a response right to you and Chrissy.
That's my dark horse MVP too.
Derrick Henry is the X factor to those yards. let's keep that in mind. Also, look at the teams played by the Ravens versus the Lions. Lions played tougher teams than the Ravens. And y'all have any response to that? Yeah.
Only one thing I can
I'm
say,
trying to do
like I always say, Detroit put 40 on Dallas. Let's not forget Lamar them. I think they put 40 on Joe Burrow them.
38.
38. So we got to keep that in context too.
Oh, my
Anybody
bad.
could put
41.
38 on Joe Burrow them. Besides the Giants, come like
And I think that Burrow them drop must see what, like 37 or 35.
My bad.
35.
It's 40. It's 41. The 38.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
41 to
So it's like,
38.
okay,
See, like I say, so we got to keep these things. If we consider
they going
putting the
bond for
Giants, we
bond,
got to
really. They
still
go.
put the Ravens too.
By the way, you got to,
Are you trying to pull up the schedules right now?
or
I
just to
mean,
see.
I see the Rams. I see the Lions play the Rams, the Cardinals, the Cowboys, and the Seahawks. And I see the Ravens play the Chiefs,
Shit.
Cowboys, Bills, Bengals, and Commanders. I think the Ravens was just slightly tougher, not by a lot. You play the Commanders, you play Jaden Daniels.
How much they drop on the Cowboys?
28.
28.
Mm-hmm.
But they needed that though.
I
Yeah,
think they almost lost
they
that
were
one
zero.
too.
No, but they were 0-2. They needed that win.
They get bored and let the Cowboys come back.
Yeah, they did. They did. I had to watch that. Where that Grove. Then your boy, he started freaking out with the weird voice. Um, but
I don't think none of them is bad answers, though. I mean, even though we haven't a little debate about it, I think, but anybody who says Baltimore, I believe that's a great answer. And I think anybody who say Lions is a great answer.
all right, cool.
It's really close. It's really close.
But they 1-2. That's what you're saying.
San Francisco, I still might be in there.
But they top 3. That's what you're saying.
It ain't no clear. It ain't no clear thing to me.
If IU start being a bitch, San Francisco could really jump up in there, but I don't know what's going on with them.
I hear you, Chrissy. I hear you on that. So the next, if Ayuk would stop being a bitch,
Yeah, he ain't playing. I know what's going on with him.
he didn't get paid, right?
Yeah.
He ain't doing nothing for me in fantasy, bro. He's my keeper, making me look bad.
Ah, Lord. So another question, what I pose right to y'all. Hopefully, y'all did y'all research. Name one team in each conference that's a trade from being championship contenders. Jesus, when I drink, I stutter my ass off. But anyway, you try to say it. Trey, I will let you go first. You guessing? I sent these questions like 10 hours ago.
Yeah, but then I just have a lot of shit to do.
True. Chrissy.
This one, I could give you one DM off the top of my head, but
Oh, okay. All right, bad. Sorry about that.
one DM away from being in the conference. I feel as though y'all say I biased, but y'all can be shocked. If the Jets get certified O-lineman, I feel they could go somewhere. They can make the conference finals, championship. See, that line horrible. I know what they think they have with Vera Tucker and Tyron Smith. I watched Tyron Smith get beat like a drum last night. For no bad reason. I couldn't even tell you who was beating him. He just was getting beat. They need a certified lineman and they could go somewhere.
All right. Who's your next team?
What part of the line? What part of the line specifically?
Talking.
Hold on, Angelo. We can come back to that.
That's a good question, though, Dirk.
No, it is. It is. We could hold on. Who is this? Lenny? The fuck?
Talking. The head just getting beat like a drum.
Lenny and
But from the
Lenny, why you in there, mate?
NFC.
You watch a liquor football.
passing through. We're passing through.
All right, it's passing through. All right, bro. Anyway,
So I.
yeah, Trey. So anyway, what you were saying?
No, that's big, man. In the NFC, this one give me another shocker, Jack. If Philly could get, yeah, I didn't want to say it near the Jack.
Dog take my answer.
That's one of my answers too. I ain't gonna lie.
Dog take my
If
answer.
Philly could get I can't even say O lineman because they they're straight. Something on the defense, another corner, safety. Yeah, they could make conference.
I said
All right.
boss rusher. I said boss rusher, but me and him on the same page.
Real.
So Vado, you got Philly Raiders, one team. Who's your next team? Rating the other
I staying
conference.
I staying in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. I think
You need a quarterback.
No, I ain't gonna go quarterback. If they stay with Fields, I mean, I assume in this rusting, after a while, Tomlin will be like, you know what, this ain't making no sense. Let me go back to Fields. Unless Russ really surprise us and end up playing some good ball. But I can say wide receiver just off the fact. Pickens solid. Pickens is a beast, but
He's promising.
if you could find someone else to put on the next side, they don't got the run game. They got the defense.
You know who would have been solid if they didn't let Atlanta get him down that money. Because he didn't have the connection no more with Justin Fields.
Yeah, from Chicago. Yeah.
Okay, I hear you, Vado. So Chrissy, you say Philly too. What do you think they need?
Yeah, but they need a defender, boy. I know what defender they need, but they need some help on defense. And my AFC team is the Bengals for the same reason. I think they need, but on defense, I think they need someone on the line though, like a defensive line.
They need
Because I looking at their stats, right? They offense straight. They top 10 in most stuff, but on their defense, they bottom of the league, and their opponent rush yards 28 in the league. Like you can't have that, bro. They gotta clog up that line. Like so, I think they need a good defensive lineman.
Okay. Now, Angelo, which two teams you got? What they need?
And you said one trade, right?
Yeah.
I conflicted with this because this team's so far, I wouldn't say so far behind because it ain't impossible for them to come out and make the playoffs and make a run. But I would actually say the Rams. I believe the Rams literally one trade away.
What they need?
I think that's the difficult part because they injured. They really injured. But I think if you can give Stafford a real number one wide receiver right now, especially if you could hold on until everybody get healthy, I think they could stay around. And then when everybody comes back, they could really be a good Super Bowl contender. I can't pick Philly. The problem with the Philly pertaining to the question is this. Philly don't have one particular defensive position where you say, okay, but if they get that, they have multiple defensive positions that need, and you can't get that in one trade. So when you say one trade, I thought you mean like, okay, what one trade, like one position you could bring back. So if you give them an elite corner, they need safety help, they need D-line help, they need cornerback help. They have too much issues on defense for one trade to solve that defense. No matter who they get defensively, they're still going to be a good defensive team because it's too much holes on the defense. That's why I can't pick them. But if you're talking about one trade, one position, solve that position, and that really elevate or boost them, for NFC, I honestly looking at Rams. And noting the fact that people are going to get healthy as the season go along. In the AFC, if I had to choose one team, I think it's the Jets. If I use that pertaining to today, I think the Davante Adams trade really just lift the Jets to a level where it's I understand. The best way I can put it is like this. I understand people looking at it saying, hey, well, y'all might not be that close or y'all not here But a lot of these games, when you watch them, it was really because there wasn't a true number two. And then Lazard chose the worst games to have bad games, not catching the ball. I think when you don't really have to rely on him. And I think Lazard plays better when he's not the number one or two. When he just is basically, he just did be like that little sneaky wide receiver, let you know, hey, we depending on you, but we ain't relying upon you. But I think that's just going to make the offense explode. And I just, it could be different. I think the Jets now definitely now for Super Bowl contender. We're going to take a ride first off, come with this rut what we in. But I still think we even could win the division.
Okay. But there's one point what you brought up, right? One thing, what you said about the Rams, and you said that they need a solid wide receiver. Then I look up who's their current wide receiver. So my question is right to y'all. Y'all think the Rams should like just move on from Cooper Cup?
Yeah, but they supposed to long time.
He's supposed to be playing this week. He might play this week. Let me see that. Sure.
From they win the ring, I was sure of him.
What?
That was the only season
That's
he
one
really
of
been
the greatest seasons of all time. Why would you shove him off?
No, he said post ring. He said post ring.
He said right after the ring.
Yeah, right after.
No, man, not right after.
Boy, that was he healthiest season.
That was
today,
one of the Trey.
But you gotta run it back, Trey. Trey, you gotta run it back.
No,
you know what he capable of, you see.
Bro.
I ain't running nothing back because I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Consuelo's revenge.
But you was gonna see this when it come to tour.
Man, I could have seen it coming. Boy, all last year, boy, to be real with you, all last year, he's playing the boy. Every time he get hit, he don't nothing happen. This year, I was expecting it to happen.
You remember now?
I
remember now. I told you and Valley, I say, boy, listen, he take off that weight. What he say? What he saying? He want to leave free. I say part of that weight was helping him take them blows. He want to go try turn vegan or do all type of different, but he want to be able to move. He feel better moving on. I say, wait, that boy can get hurt, but he can miss games. I even asked Valley to make a bet. That's when Valley said, I ain't betting. I bet. Valley had all these senses. Valley didn't know this was coming.
So he had all these senses. All right. So our next question, and Vado, you can start us off, right? After the Jets fired their coach last week, right in week 5, which coach do you believe is next on the chopping block?
That's easy.
Hold on. Vado.
I ain't gonna lie, I had a hard time narrowing this down, but I stuck between Chrissy Dunn coach and the Browns.
Oh, he gone.
But and the reason I put in the Browns coach in this, I've been hearing a lot of chatter. With his name and it's saying he might be going soon. But if I wasn't just depending on the chatter, I would say the Jags coach, Dougie. Dougie got Sunday. If he don't win Sunday, that flight from London could be last flight flying with that team.
I staying in London.
That's
They got a next game right in London?
Yeah. The box.
You got your own,
Y'all, I don't play again. I ain't got no team. Trey, I can let you go next. Don't say your coach, please, Trey. Come on.
No, boy.
What?
You crazy? Sean McDermott, boy.
Which team is that? If you don't mind me asking.
I care what y'all say. He was one loss away Monday night from getting fired. It could be real. He in the hot seat right now.
Which team is that? If you don't mind me asking.
The Bills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you gotta do something for me.
Lord. Chrissy, like I want to choose you, but I feel like I know, but I.
That's crazy. You want to choose it? Wow.
Chrissy, I can come to you last. Angelo, who coach you got?
Jaguars. Listen to me. He gone. Bottle told him, he ain't gonna make it on the plane ride left in London. Listen to me, he ain't making it out the stadium. He ain't making it out the stadium before they fire him.
They gotta bring him back
Chrissy,
home though.
Chrissy, listen to me. He got to take a private flight back home. They ain't going on. He ain't let him on that team jet to get back home. He gone. But I'll say this though, in fairness to Chrissy, me and you cool, but like I said, I try my best to be honest. From me even at the first episode of this, I told you, I feel a little bad for the coach because Lawrence just overrated. That's why I said he's the most overrated player in the NFL. I truly believe that then. I truly believe that now. When you watch him, he ain't dead, you know. But he ain't dead, but he average at best. I don't look at him as no great quarterback. I believe he costing his coach Lewis. They won't talk, but Aaron Rodgers cost solid job. Boy, listen to me. Y'all go through a plethora of coaches because of him, and y'all just pay him all that money. So the ownership have to try justify at the end of the day why the team ain't being successful. And when you pay a quarterback all that money, it's almost the same thing with Trey. You just give to all that money. You kind of stuck with him. So all the coaching decisions were around. They gonna have to be moved just to justify giving Trevor all that money. And he just, to me, he just can't live up to. He can't live up to that. Y'all need to go get Ridley back because you see Ridley crying on TV every
No.
Chris, you don't want Ridley back?
No.
All right.
I don't know what you could do. To be honest with you, I don't know what you could do because your team need to blow up and start over.
The whole team is a dumpster fire, boy.
All right.
Josh Hines Allen for a 6th round back, boy. What you for?
But yeah.
We give you Mike Williams. I just kept myself. We could work that out. What happened, Vado? Mike Williams could help them.
But hold on, Angelo. I need to go back. I need to go back to something Tracy because you to get up and you walk off. They asked him who he didn't go on the hot seat. This man can say Sean McDermott from the Bills. What you think about that? Like, this ain't from the Bills. He on the hot seat.
What you on the hot seat for what?
As a coach, to get fired.
What was the reasoning behind it?
Fire hard, boy.
Boy, straight I'm so biased. They got on these as me.
What is the reasoning, Trey?
I got an average one bias take or show. That was the bias take.
Hold on, wait, Chrissy.
They lead the division. You can't answer that, man.
Chrissy, I can let you go, Chrissy.
Bad 5 games skip.
Chrissy,
I ain't keep it long, boy.
you can keep it locked.
I got a dark horse too. But
The only guy I see your profile picture and your subtitle, you know.
I trying to figure out what he dealing with.
But he next job.
Next guy, he's KD. He's switching teams. Chrissy, who your coach is on the hot seat?
I got coaches.
His?
I got Doug. I mean, if you say an offensive coordinator, I got Press. And also, I mean, the only reason these dudes could be first is because we play in the morning. But I think Zach Taylor probably gonna do on the
From
Bengals.
Indy?
On the
Bengals.
Bengals. Press, brother. So two of them getting fired at the same time. There's one quarterbacks. But Doug gone. I tied him. You need to go bust a Ted Lasso and go find one soccer team in England while he there. And go coach them. He gone. He like 5 games too late.
I have an honorable mention. Nick Sirianni. He need to watch out though.
See, you all calling these Super Bowl contending coaches and things, but you all mad at Sean McDermott.
No, but you gotta remember Sirianni almost ain't make it out last summer. Philly had to really think about that.
That's true.
They almost fired him, and now you come back looking bad again. Like, I mean, they winning, but they ain't looking. Something don't look right. I can't put my hand on it.
Jalen Hurts don't like Sirianni.
Trey answer could have been a good answer, but Peterson gone in like a couple of days, so everything else involved.
All
And
right,
then
so you were saying about him, sir.
Sirianni caused another problem this weekend. He was apparently he was shouting at some fans because they get booed
Yeah,
from the fans. So he going at it. All that look bad. All that look bad. Man, ownership looking at all this like, bro, what are you doing?
yeah. And that was the home fans too.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
ooh.
I watch First Take had a segment on it. I watched the segment. I understand both sides. I gotta lead more to what Stephen A was saying because Sean was on him saying, "Oh, it don't look right. It look bad, and you shouting at the fans. They already don't like you." But like to me, I agree with Stephen A. And I don't want to come across bias because if this happened to another coach and another team, I probably would agree with them. But Philly have a specific type of fan base.
Oh, yeah, of
Yeah.
course, of
I think
course.
that particular fan base, I understand Sirianni go to that. And to be honest with you, Philly fans really don't care, you know. You just better win.
Yeah.
They like the back and forward and you, John, at them. They don't mind. Like people like Gilly them. If Gilly say something with them and you rob about Gilly, he's like, yeah, I win. Like, I win. What you got to talk about now? Gilly them ain't gonna be nobody be like, man, get that. But they just be like, yeah, just you better keep on winning.
Yeah.
So I just think all he did was put more pressure on himself. I think once he win, the Philly fans gonna love him. They can embrace him. But if they start losing, I think that's an issue. I mean, listen to me. There's no fan base, I believe, reasonable, mature fan bases expect to win every game. So there's gonna be some games you lose. You may be like, I didn't like that, but you ain't going 17-0. So you can lose a couple. It's when you start to see consistency losing and mistakes being made and the same mistakes being made over and over and over again. I think that would frustrate you. But I think Sirianni, I believe people know Homer before I say this. I think they're being a little too hard on him. I believe
But
they're being a little too hard.
I
I
think the
don't know what
Philly
you
fan
expect from the team. The
I
team is
think
the
the
team.
I think the Philly fan base could sense that things getting bad. Like it ain't coming off a Super Bowl. They expected, hey, we getting back again and we gonna be Super Bowl contenders. Right now,
Not even close.
they don't even look like contenders, but it look bad.
No, look at Jalen Hurts had probably one of the. Jalen Hurts had a great year.
Yeah,
See, you
yeah.
got my whole point is this. Let's I mean, not to be too long, but let's look at that. Look at that year. Jalen Hurts had an incredible year.
The whole team was talented.
Now that defense had about 10 people. I think about what 6 or 7 people would have 10 sacks or something like some crazy number like that.
I
Teams
can't
don't even
remember,
have
but
teams don't even have
talented.
one player on their team would have 10 sacks. I think they had like six or 7 players would have like 10 sacks. Listen to me. That you could have tell that year was a Haley's Comet. That ain't never gonna happen again. So for you as a fan base to be like, oh, well, we got 6 guys without 10 sacks. We're gonna come back and the same 6, 7 guys are gonna have 10 sacks. Then most teams can't even get a guy that have 5 sacks. And you're gonna have Jalen Hurts have that same type of game. It to me, that was wishful thinking. There's no way you actually thought you was gonna be able to duplicate that year after year after year. And then you still only got to take under consideration the better your players play, the more money they gonna want. You have a salary cap, so you can't pay everybody. Free agency is another thing. People gonna go to other teams because they actually want you because you playing so well. So these things is happening. That ain't natural.
You
All
know
right.
what I say about how he and what he doing over there. He's finding a way to pay them niggas. I don't know where he's be getting it from, but he's finding a way.
You mean for the contracts?
Yeah, how he's be circumventing that cap. I don't know what
I
all
think.
he's be doing.
Well, I know. I listened to Nick one time. Nick was explaining it one time on First Things First, and he said a lot of people don't understand what he doing. He said, but when you look at it, he used this analogy. He said, imagine a boy would get $10 for lunch, and he said the first day of school, he bought you a $20. He used his boy. He bought you a $20 meal, and he eating a $20 meal. And you start to look at him like, it's Monday. Like, how you even could afford this? You only get $10 for lunch. You done spending $40 or your $50 for lunch. And he said, just imagine you just going back here, mommy say, mommy, I want to borrow $20, $30 from next week lunch. You can lend me that place. And then when that next week, mommy, I want to borrow 10, 20. It's like he said, they just all they doing is borrowing. At some point, you have to pay the rapture. But
Yeah.
all they're doing is just leveraging more money, borrowing more money, and upfront in the money, signing things to signing bonus, turning the salary into signing. But at some point, you have to pay. You have to pay all that back. It's just up to them on when.
Mm. All right, so let's get to the comments. I got Kiro right in the comments.
Listen, man,
He's saying Mike McCarthy
Well,
is on
that's
the
another
hot
one
seat.
too.
well, no, because
Not what Terry
Jerry
say.
on the radio show this morning, Jerry said he will never fire another coach in season again. He said that
Yeah.
it don't make sense. Give him the land and the up. So McCarthy straight.
Anyway,
Gotcha.
boy, coming right forward, boy.
All right,
Yeah.
bro. All
Yeah,
right.
I think Jerry, I understand where Kiro was trying to go. I didn't understand where Kiro was trying to go with it, but because of what Jerry Jones said, I don't think that's that. Well, I don't think that ain't possible. But I think he actually went off on the interviewers.
Yeah.
He had a situation on the interviewers, which
He basically threatened them niggas.
yeah, he threatened them. Yeah, I don't know if you all heard Shannon take on it.
No,
Oh, listen to me. I advise y'all before y'all go to bed tonight. Watch that. It was brutal. Shannon read him. Shannon read him the riot act. Shannon tell him, boy. Shannon tell him in so much words, you's a piece of shit. He tell him that. Yeah, he told him, say, you don't do that to a man just because you more powerful than him. You don't prey on the weak because you're in a position of power. And tell him and saying you want to ask softball questions when people are asking you and giving you praise, but you don't want no one give you no hard questions. You don't want no one tell you that you do something wrong. But I think what happened is, and Stephen A. basically say it's a bad luck film too, because he's saying when the good things happen and you like people to say, yeah, the buck stops with me, the buck stops with you. That's what you pray on. No decision happens without you. Use basically the GM, the owner, everything. So when people talk about things that happening with the team outside of the coaching, once it's negative, you have a problem with it. When you yourself say you're the one who's making these decisions, I don't get that. I don't get that. Like I say, when you get rich and I honestly believe when you get rich and you get powerful, you use the people around you kissing your ass all day.
Fox.
Don't want to tell you the truth, lying to you, laughing at jokes what ain't even funny. When you get used to that all day, when someone actually says something that you don't like, you don't know how to deal with it.
I do think them niggas handle that well though, because I listen to piece of they was still laughing and saying, well, Jerry, and they was really coming back to ask me. He keep cutting them off because he know they was coming back with the same question again, like they was embarking now. So he really was cutting them off, so they can't even ask him that again. That's why he keep running on.
Yeah, because he keep talking about saying, I'm serious. I'm gonna find someone else to do it. I'll just find someone to do it because this thing like I know the type of person I is. I used to tell him what he asked. We used to have a viral moment. Viral moment. Trust me when I tell you. People was gonna look up and find out who I was.
All right, so I want to get to the next topic. We are doing good on time, gents. We really are. I'm impressed. Name one player you see this season that has finally reached the cliff right in their career. Chrissy?
Yo, I have a player, but I ain't too sure because I ain't watched that game that much. The reason why I think he fall off the cliff, so I could just go away for sure. I know, and that's D Hop. I ain't worried about him no more. The wide receivers just go to Titans to die. I mean, Will Levis throwing him, but so you can't expect much. But I still don't see him as a threat because I think he could defy how bad of a quarterback is, how good he was. But now he ain't making no sense. But the other dude who I was talking about is Jamal Williams. I don't even know what he is doing no more. He's still on the Saints. Like, he ain't doing nothing.
All right.
That's what I think.
I got you. Going to the comments. I got Kira again in the comments. He say Rogers. He say Rogers has reached the cliff. All right. But Angelo, you go next. Angelo, you go next.
Hero like, man, that's he wrong. He wake up this morning bothering me. But don't worry, every dog has he day. He tree and tree. I know what he doing all this laughing. laughing and pondering for like they doing so well. But anyway, uh, if I had to say one, boy, I don't know. I might have to agree with Chrissy on this. I think DeAndre. I think DeAndre is done. I think DeAndre done. I don't see the great DeAndre. We don't see him do anything anymore. Anything. I don't even know when last he had 100 yards, 100 yard game. I'm not even sure. But he clearly, when you look at there, he's not even a threat. The way he's looking, he don't even look like a number 2 wide receiver out there. So I may have to. I think I'll have to agree with Chrissy on that.
Okay. All right, Vado, I got your boy too in Orlando. He's saying Rogers as well.
They
Yeah,
throw
but
the
yeah,
end of
Rogers.
it.
Rogers ain't at the cliff yet, though. He declining, but he ain't at no cliff. But
He's still top 10 in QB.
I know about that either. But I agree with Anzo, and they might say he already fell off the cliff, but I can go with him anyway. We sure this year. Deshaun Watson. Just for the simple fact, when this guy was in Houston, he was considered an elite quarterback. Now, he been in Cleveland the last 3 years. The first year, we know he suspended, so he only played the last 6 games. So that was kind of like a feeling out process. Last year, he played the first 6 games. They was 5-1. His QBR, are you looking at it? His QBR wasn't that good though. 42.
That wasn't because of him. They
Yeah,
was
you're
running
right.
the ball.
You're right. But they still was 5-1. He had 61% completion percentage. He still have 61% actually. But now they 1-5, and his QBR is 21.7, bro. That's terrible. And
Wow.
I believe they losing games because of him now. Like you're right, they wasn't winning games because of him, but he wasn't losing them games. At this point now, he actively causing them to lose games. He's terrible. And in reality, that's one of the worst. That's the worst contract in NFL history. And
What's so weird about Deshaun Watson? His cliff is weird because usually when we say cliff in sports, we just mean age. Really, most of the stuff, or probably it's like, oh, they got just beat up too much surgery. Is with Deshaun, it's like just one day he just woke up and like he's basically Roy fucking what is his name again from the Pacers? Roy
yeah, but
Hibbert. Yeah, like one day he just wake up and he just turned dead. Like it's like, huh?
that's Angelo boy.
Yeah, so like a situation weird.
But yeah, it might be the mental too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I think
QB, you need a lot of. You need your brain like fully invested to play quarterback, bro. So
Don't get Vado started on that. He doesn't say he don't be in the gym. He he's be cooking with his gal on Instagram and thing.
Yeah, yeah, you don't put the diamond. That's part of it. I feel, but them rape cases and thing might have. Yeah,
It's a heavy toll.
Yeah,
I get it. I mean, no excuse still. What's his salary? 40 million a year? 50 million a year?
230 divided by 5.
Yeah. I don't want to hear that fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that at all. So,
Let me see his completion percentages. Yes, I just look at this
61.
right now. They say his completion percentage is 61%.
Mm-hmm. That ain't too bad, but
no,
it ain't great.
Not for his status or like his pay grade. That
Throw
ain't.
5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But see, too, I believe he for one, he taking a lot of sacks. Like, right, I looking at this, he got 31 sacks in 6 games.
Whoa.
The last 2 seasons, he had 20 and 17. And that,
but you see, he had 62. He had 62
Yeah,
sacks.
Chrissy.
He won 11 and 5.
I heard it too.
Yeah, that was yeah, that was in Houston. Remember, because when he first got in Houston, they had no O-line. They had to build a O-line up.
You know what I noticed too? Boy, that
Many
last
heroes
that
saying
last
the same thing. Going from MVP candidate to pure trash. No
yeah,
injury.
I think, but this is my honest opinion too. Though I honestly believe they ain't really using him the way he was supposed to be used too. Cause I think, for me personally, him, Lamar, that's just my opinion. I don't think that he always could have passed a little bit better than Lamar, but I don't believe they pocket passing quarterbacks. That's hard for me to say because I see one year he almost had what 5,000 yards,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like 4,800,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like a crazy year for him. But I believe those type of running backs, you have to put an elite line, offensive line around them, and I think you need to have at least two running backs, one that is elite and one that is very good or at least good. And then you run those little misdirections. Who you running with? I think he need those type of offense. But if you looking for Deshaun to be a pocket passer, go inside there and just sling. No, I think they need to use him more in the run game. That's just my opinion. I think they need to use him more in the run game.
Mm,
That's
okay.
why Flacco they look better in the offense for real.
Flacco. So I sent you this question. Hopefully, I pray that y'all did your research. Name the top five QBs of all time to never win a Super Bowl. Fado, I can let you start this off.
All right, so I got Don Marino, Jim Kelly, who was my favorite quarterback when I first started watching football.
Okay, so Marino, he's number five or he's number one?
Number one,
Okay,
Jim Kelly. Number two, number three, I got Philip Rivers. Number four, this one little controversial just because he do have a ring, but he didn't play for his ring. He have a ring, he was sitting on the bench, and we all know why. But I can say Drew Bledsoe. That's the guy who take over, who Tom Brady take over for, and
right.
was even the championship he get traded. So he does technically have a ring, but he ain't got a ring that he actually played for. So I put him on the list anyway. And then my number five, I don't know if you guys know this name, and I never watched this guy play. I just know this from doing my research. I know this name a long time ago, watching his highlights, and they said that Fran Darkington, Minnesota Vikings in the 70s, they won the Super Bowl 4 times in the 70s. A lot of people don't know that when they had the Minnesota Purple Leaders, but he was the quarterback. Yeah, the Minnesota People Leaders. He was the
Sure.
quarterback. The 70s was the Steelers and Cowboys era. So every time
I forget
he
this
go
is '70s.
either he lose in the
They had that
NFC
pure of Coke.
Championship, he lose in the NFC
That pure of
Championship
Coke.
to the Cowboys, and then when he go on to the Super Bowl, he lose to the Steelers or whoever else. So I think he was one of the greatest quarterbacks, but he never won a ring. So I got him in number five.
All right. What about you, Chrissy?
So the first three, what Vado say is what I had: Marino, Kelly, and Rivers. Um, I fairly new to the sport. I really watch, but from what I see, looking up, look like Warren Moon could beat up. And then for number five, I got my boy Matty Ice, Matty Ryan boy. He was
Question.
so he was so close, but he never again. But he
Brett
lose to
Favre.
the goat though.
Brett Favre has a ring?
Yes,
When?
Yeah.
he beat the Patriots in '96.
Okay. He has a ring. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So, Chrissy, you got Matt Ryan rating your top five.
Yeah, boy, MVP Matty Ryan boy, Matty Ice.
True. All right. Angelo.
All right, I got Don Marino as. Oh, you want these in order, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. I have Don Marino as number one. I got Warren Moon as number two. I got Jim Kelly as number three. Now this the hard part. I've been studying before between this, but I think I could put Matt Ryan as number four, and then number five I put Donovan McNabb.
damn bad.
Okay. I've I've heard of McNabb, but I've never seen him play. I
Yeah,
just know that I just know that he beefing with Tio for the last 20 years or so.
and
So
take under consideration this. I hate Donovan McNabb.
okay.
Yeah, I hate him. Me and Vado have had many disputes between Tio and McNabb. I don't even like McNabb. But like I say, I honestly, I gotta be fair. McNabb was a great quarterback.
You just hate him as a person.
Yeah, he's like
The
to me, this the type of person I is. Like you could be an asshole and I like you. Like A-Rod for the most part, I believe A-Rod. I think A-Rod cool, you know. Like maybe a person like that could get along. But I can understand how he comes across as an asshole. And that's fine. But my point is, stand on that. If you was an asshole, be an asshole. Like to me, A-Rod's so too truthful. We live in an era where people want you to lie. So it's like, hey, that baby ugly, but don't say that baby ugly. Or you know, when the people say they wife ask them, well, do I look fat inside this dress? It's almost like you was an asshole for saying, yeah, baby, you look a little fat in that dress. You know, so I believe there's people McNabb is the type of person to tell you, say, hey, me and you good. Don't worry about it at the end of the day or whatever. Don't worry about that. You straight. And still go beyond your back lunchtime, go to the teacher and say, hey, he have a knife inside the drawer. He was doing this and that. He'd be like, bro, if you didn't like me, you didn't trust me, just don't tell me that from the get-go. But he's a company man. He used to always go to the front office, smile up in your face, then go to the front office at the end of the day and then talk about you at the end of the day. If that's how you feel about somebody, stand on that.
I see you.
I don't respect that. I rather T.O. approach. T.O. can look you in your eye and tell you exactly what it is. Is it going to offend some people? Do some people like? But I just understand some people in this world, they just don't like people who tell the truth. That just is what it is.
Yeah, but see, my problem with Tio is he bipolar. He can get up in front of the media and cry, that's my QB, that's my quarterback. Then, him and Jason with this BFFs, they don't like me, blah, 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 blah. Nigga, shut up. What are you
I don't think that's bipolar, you know. I think Tio, I think a lot of things with Tio is, to me, my honest opinion, was jealousy. I think the connection, what he wanted with, what do you have with, I think he actually wanted that with his quarterback, and I believe because he was actually better, he actually expected that. And then when that wasn't reciprocated at the end of the day, and you'd be like, hold on, I gone to the task for you. I actually gone out here and defended you against all these people. I put my name on the line for you. Not true, I need the bus. You still more loyal to this particular person. Now, in your face, you know one, you know loyalty. So I agree with that part. But I think it was almost like a jealousy type of thing with Tio. I don't think it's bipolar. I think Tio's the type of person, he love hard, or he takes friendships seriously, but also with that comes it's almost like he's an Uchiha. They love hard. They love hard. When that's a good thing, it turns into, you understand, Tori, the analogy like that?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Once you cross them, the exactly on the next end.
Yeah, they passionate. They passionate people.
Yeah.
All right, so move on. We on good time. Jesus Christ.
So you saying Tio is dangerously in love?
Moving on to the next topic. Angelo, I can let you start this one. Name one team that is seriously considered tanking and just focus right on the draft.
This year?
Yeah, you want to say the Giants? I didn't know that. Yeah.
I think it's the Giants. It's between them and Carolina.
No, not the Jags. I said Giants. That's what I said.
No. I think it's the Jags.
But we already tanking, boy.
Well, okay. Well, I don't know. I think you're all trying to win games, and I know Doug for sure. He's trying to keep his job, so he ain't tanking. So, Chris, you might want y'all to tank, but y'all ain't tanking. But I honestly think it's the Jaguars, because to be honest with you, actually, no, I take that back. Yeah, no, I keep that. Yeah, it's the Jags. It's the Jags.
All right.
Because Travis and Dion sons coming out this year, right?
Yeah, they out this year.
Yeah, they out this year. If I was Chrissy down, I would sign Travis. I think Travis is the best player in this draft. Like
I
literally,
agree.
I don't think it close. I think Travis is the best prospect in this draft. I think he's one of the best prospects ever, ever, ever. I talking about top 5 prospects ever, and I think he's the first player we may see since probably Dion actually with us to actually play wide receiver and cornerback in the NFL on a like down for down basis. Like when defense or he or there's a cornerback and he also playing wide receiver. I think he's going to be the first one since Dion. We actually see that like on a game to game basis. And I think he is an elite wide receiver, and I think he's an elite cornerback.
Okay, so the Jags. All right, so here and let's go straight to the comments right quick. Angelo, I think this for you from Kiro. He's saying
No,
smooth.
that's for Vado.
Oh,
A smooth like man.
okay.
Yeah, because Theo is he boy, is he? He don't like nobody dog but Theo.
Oh, you know, like nobody said. So I got Kiro again saying the
That,
Raiders,
that is my that was who I was getting with the Raiders. You know they in my division.
and then Mel is also saying the Raiders
Correct.
as well. So Vado, give me a reason for the Raiders.
Well, they just traded away the best option. They ain't got no quarterback. They ain't got no running game. The defense, all right. They need to trade Max Crosby. Let that man go. Free Max. And free Max. And I know what do you name? Antonio Pass. I know he ought to. Hey, he's a rookie coach. He come in trying to see he can get the team to respond, and we got you need to relax. That ownership, tell ownership, hey, let's go tank this year. Get I draft pick and do what we gotta do. He can make it look good. He was ready. I ain't gonna lie. He was ready for Davante Adams to go. Like, he ain't even hide it. Like I say, I thought he was. I didn't think he should have gone on Instagram and like the post and to say he was about to get traded or whatever. He liked the post and he ain't even apologize for it. He going in front of he go in front of the media like, oh yeah, I ain't talking about Davante. Let's talk about our team. We getting ready for the Broncos. Like, all right. Like he really didn't care about that nigga. Like he could go type wise. So at the end of the day, you might as well take it out, get the draft pick, and see where you go from there. Tom Brady got ownership now, so he's supposed to be apparently getting involved with the heavy day to day of the team. Brady done come too late now. You done 1-4 or whatever it is. So at the end of the day, take it out and start fresh in the summer. That's how I feel.
All right, I got your boy Mary in the comments again. He said the Cowboys need to clean house. The house on fire.
Too late for
Leave,
that.
leave
Yeah,
the
they
women and
can't
Too
do
kids.
that.
late for that.
It's too
They
late.
can't do that.
You then going all in, and you going all in long
Mm-hmm.
term. You ain't just going
Yeah.
all in for like what we doing like this a two like after this year next year, this little experiment with the Jets get going on. That's probably it. Rogers could be gone, Davante could be gone. They got to focus on the youth fund. We have a small little window, but we trying to actually do something with. Cowboys make big investments.
Yep.
They make big investments, so ain't no cleaning house for them.
Nope.
Damn, that's crazy. So Chrissy,
Yo,
who you got, bro?
I think the Browns should just let it go. I mean, garbage. Like their offense, garbage. Like, bro, they ain't score more than I think 18 points yet for the season. So it ain't make no sense trying to compete and you can't score. You might as well just go in the draft and work on something, get some offensive players, try trade for something, and also, I mean, they might as well blow it up at this point. To be honest, they might as well let Miles Garrett go or let him come to the Jaguars. But regardless, I'd even try to get another quarterback too. I mean, I know Deshaun got that big contract, but I mean, like, you gotta have some next up. You gotta prepare for what's next. And and all your socks spots what he taken. Like, he ain't got much long. He ain't got much longer, boy. I ain't think Deshaun got much longer.
All right, I feel you on that. So I was gonna go into the week six recap, but before I do that, Chrissy, you ready for your challenge?
Oh yeah, we could go.
Give me a second. Let me hide this vibe.
Person who I want to challenge
Pause.
again. Oh
Oh,
yeah, pause. Yeah, pause for it.
anyway,
Negatory things.
anyway. So Chrissy, the person. I mean, you gotta choose someone. It's either me, Vado, or Chess Nation.
Yeah, I got you, Tori. Only playing.
Oh,
I got Vado.
Vado. All right, give me a second.
All right. Now I know you more informed than me about the NFL. You got plenty history and thing, right? So I need your insights on this. All right, you agree that the NFL is a full team sport, right? Full team.
Yes.
So how much you think a Super Bowl affect a quarterback legacy and actuality?
Well, I think it affected a lot. A Super Bowl win on your resume could be the deciding factor between you going to the Hall of Fame or not going to the Hall of Fame, and how you remember your legacy, how you remembered. For instance, you call off Mighty Ice tonight. Now, me personally, when you're done with the top five quarterbacks who never win a ring, I can be real. Mighty Ice would not be on my list because I personally don't know. I personally don't think Marty Ice going to the Hall of Fame. Like, I know the Falcons retire his number, and I think they done put him in the Ring of Fame or Hall of Fame, whatever they
Whatever they
call it.
call it.
Yeah, but honestly, if he did win a Super Bowl against the Patriots, I think for sure he probably wouldn't have been first ballot. But I believe it would have been a lot of consideration for him to get in the Hall of Fame. It would have been hard to argue, especially if you look at a nigga like Eli. And I tell people, me personally, I wouldn't put Eli in the Hall of Fame. We done talk about this multiple times. Eli got 2 rings, and he was in the league for about 16 years. Eli been to the playoffs 6 times. 10 years, he ain't make no playoffs. But guess what he do? Two of the greatest Super Bowl runs I ever saw.
Yeah.
2 championships. And now, most likely you're in the Hall of Fame. Like I say, I wouldn't put him in, but I'll be a fool to sit here and say, boy, Eli definitely ain't in the Hall of Fame. There's a good chance, there's a great chance Eli going to the Hall of Fame just off the fact of them 2 rings on his last name. But the 2 rings more important than the last name, because no matter what your last name is, if you don't have the numbers and championships to back it up, you ain't going. And them 2 championships, I feel like really is what gonna get him in the Hall of Fame more than anything else, more than his numbers, more than his numbers really ain't that good if we being honest. His longevity more than hey, his numbers so great. But I probably could think of some other quarterbacks too. I believe, hey, at the end of the day, if they'd have win a championship, they would have been in the Hall of Fame. Now, some of those, most of the people like all Rivers for sure are in the Hall of Fame. Don Marino done in. Um, who my second was Jim Kelly
Jim.
done in, obviously. Um, and then I say Bledsoe. Bledsoe could have been Bledsoe ain't in the Hall of Fame, I don't think, but he could have been considered if he'd have been a ring too. So I just think a ring is very important. Even a nigga like Donovan McNabb, what Angelo say. I don't think Donovan McNabb is going to the Hall of Fame, but I believe a championship would have really get him over the edge to put him in there. So
Makes sense.
and
Makes sense.
then like I say, how you remembered by your fan base, how you remembered by people around the league. Look at nigga like West. West was be calling people dead left and right. But he dead, but he dead. Nigga, you can't call a nigga dead if he win a championship. Your whole the whole way you view that player changes just off a championship. And that's why we see why the NBA is the way it is with everybody moving around, because they want to be viewed a certain way, and they ain't gonna
Trying to
never
get
be
their ring.
viewed that way. Exactly, they ain't gonna never be viewed that way without a championship. Now the NFL different. You can move around all you want, but guess what? It's a team sport, bro. You can't. I know Angelo like to say Tom Brady put a super team together in Tampa. But for the most part, you can put together what type of team you want. Don't mean nothing in the NFL, bro. You still gotta go there and win them games, especially when playoff time come. Most of the times, sometimes the best team don't even win. The Chiefs beat the best teams in the NFL 2 years in a row, the Eagles and the Niners. So having all the pieces together still don't mean nothing. But yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, real talk. All right. So I was thinking about this question, especially with Eli, right? He got 2 rings, but he ain't
Mm-hmm.
really do all the work, right? He defense was there too.
Mm-hmm.
So he got them 2 rings versus a nigga like Lamar, 2 MVPs. Who you would put in the Hall of Fame first?
If Lamar stay on his current
Yeah, with
trajectory,
no with
sorry,
no rings, just these
with
two
no
MVP
rings,
and whatever else.
I'd put him in over Eli because I agree with sustained greatness. I agree with someone who get his team in the playoffs almost every year, have the stats to back it up, have the MVPs and all that stuff like that. I agree with that every time. I agree with that every time.
Yeah, that makes sense. And one more question. So, all right, off QBs now. You think it matters for a positional player? Let's say a wide receiver, a game changing wide receiver. The game win
Mhm.
nothing. You think that
No,
is
that's.
a measure of his greatness?
I think it could help you if you on the fringe. Let's say, for instance, you got like, because right now, wide receivers, you need at least 13 to 14,000 yards if you want to get in the Hall of Fame. 10,000 ain't doing it no more. 11, 12. We look at the stats the other day. I think when we was on the board, we look at the stats. You need at least 13,000 or over to be making the Hall of Fame right now. But I think if you on the fringe, let's say you 10, 11, 12, you got 1 or 2 rings. That I think that could put you over the top. That's the only way I would say. Now, defense, it all comes down to numbers for real. When it comes to defense, let's say use the defensive end. The amount of socks you get, the amount of pressures. Socks is the most important thing though. If you on the line, especially defensive end, nigga like TJ Watt, like JJ and TJ, the amount of socks they have is what's gonna get them in the Hall of Fame. They don't even need a ring at this point though. Them numbers they putting up is more than enough. But like I say, if you on the fringe, normally 100 sacks in your career, you should be in the Hall of Fame. But let's say you 80, 90, a championship could help you get over the top. So it could help any position, I feel, if you on the fringe. But if you're a dominant player, you don't need a ring to get in the Hall of Fame. Your dominance will speak for itself.
Right, that makes sense. That's cool. Right, what Kira's saying, yeah, stats more important for positional. True, I can believe that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it, though, Tori.
Yeah, bro, I got you. So no, I just going over through the comments. What Kira's saying, it's everything for QB. For whatever reason, they consider a win as a QB start, and a Super Bowl is the ultimate win. I mean,
I agree.
That kind of how it is for real, though.
how
I
y'all
think,
v-
I
how
think
y'all
people,
view how y'all view Nick Foles now? Y'all view him differently
No,
I mean, I view him a little differently in the fact that he
because he beat Tom Brady.
his name will always be remembered. Foles good in Philly. He could eat anywhere for free probably for the rest of his life. And the fact that he was able to do what he do, yeah, he can always be remembered. But ain't like I think Foles is no great quarterback or nothing like that. No.
but I think that do more for Peterson than Foles, boy. Peterson
Yeah.
not be fooled, boy.
I don't think it matters at all for positional players outside of maybe wide receivers a little bit, and even wide receivers. I don't think it does much for. I think Vado, when he say if you want the fringe, yeah, maybe that could uh help you. But quarterbacks, to me, you don't even need it as a quarterback no more. People going to look at you a certain type of way. Yeah, but to me, everything is context. Even the stats, I don't even think every position. Let's put it like this: every position, I believe, have a different criteria. I believe when it comes to quarterbacks, does Super Bowls play a role inside it? Yes, I think for the most part, if you're a quarterback and you have 2 Super Bowls or more, I think you right now in this era, I think you basically almost automatically getting it. That's my honest opinion. But you could get in there just with stats.
There
You have
is.
left tackles, right tackles. No one really. That's an eye test type of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you ain't really looking at stats. Cornerbacks to me is the same thing. Look at Rivers. If you look at Rivers' actual stats, like raw stats, who have cornerbacks who ain't never gonna make it inside the Hall of Fame, who have way more interceptions than Rivers. That's how it look on paper. But when you watch Rivers play, you understood, hey, he shut down a whole side of the field and you just couldn't catch no passes on him at all. But there are actual, but the raw stats ain't there to say like, oh, well, Rivers played the season and he had 12 interceptions or he had 14 interceptions. So a lot of these other positions is really the eye test. You got to really look there and say, okay, yeah, I know the numbers ain't there for that, but based on the position what he's playing, us watching him, we know he was elite.
But look, y'all. When it comes to Matt Ryan is a perfect example. You think Matt Ryan got all of it?
You mean me?
Never.
I believe if he'd have been that Super Bowl, he would have gone.
Yeah, that's the example I use.
What do you feel about Stafford though?
Never.
Stafford probably might go to all of them. I think so.
For what?
I trying to figure out what all
He got a Super Bowl and
What about
He top 10 in yards, I think.
What about the years wasted raiding Detroit?
But he got the numbers. The numbers.
He have the numbers too.
The numbers
ain't
telling the full story. They were gone and every year.
But that's all you need. That's all you need.
He had the Joe from behind. You ain't gonna trick me. I watched them games.
Jesus.
But
and yet to say Matty Vice, he have an MVP as well.
Straight. How much niggas was in the situation my Stafford was in?
Read that comment.
I was able to go to another team and win a Super Bowl. Like most times when you're in a situation my Stafford and your team was dead, people just write you off. They'd be like, this nigga ain't got no talent. One of the premier coaches in the league look at him and say, but if I get that nigga, I win in the championship. That's the talent was there. You can't deny it.
I ain't say the talent wasn't there. No.
Kiro, where y'all going?
But we gotta score, dude. Hey, just look at the comment.
Kiro done been battling this race now for almost I don't know how much years.
What is he? He's a 49A. That's what it sounds like. Oh God.
Yeah. He been battling this battle for years and can't get it done.
Oh Lord. But Trey, you were saying something though. I can let you close it out.
Well, only thing I was saying about point with Stafford, only reason I wouldn't let him in is because, boy, I feel as though if you were so great, well, you can make the playoffs at least once. But it was mega drawn.
He did.
But no, but he never made the playoffs.
Yes, he made the playoffs.
Yeah, he made the playoffs by Trey. I mean, yeah, Trey.
Mega drawn made the playoffs.
Yeah, boy.
I can't remember that.
They lose. They ain't gonna boss the first round, but they made the playoffs.
1 year?
They go on. Hold on. I looking at it now. In 2014, they go on 11-5, and in 2011, they go on 10-6. So he make it twice.
Twice? Oh fuck! But it ain't got nothing to show for it.
No, they lose as soon as they go on in.
God damn.
A-Rob was running that division, you know.
Real.
But one championship?
That's a lot.
Yeah,
but that division was being run.
He say run the division, not the conference, or run the league. He run the division.
So a response from Kira is that we go into the playoffs for sure. This is a down year because
so all I'm telling Kiro is this: me and you in the same spot because we could be in the playoffs too. It ain't gonna be no different, bro.
All right, so gents, this is good time, and that is it for the topics. Now we're gonna do the where is it? Just gonna do a quick review of what went down last week.
You missed a topic though.
Oh, the Cooper trade?
BBL jersey.
No, I took that off after no Wesson, no Keem.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't want to talk about the Patriots. Oh yeah, I took it off.
Thank God.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna choose nobody specific. Well, at times, the 49ers versus the Seahawks. Nah, that's expected.
You really need to answer that.
But, but the Bucks dropping 51 on the Saints. What's your thoughts on that?
Godwin going off.
Expected.
That's all I could say.
Because of those type of games, like I said, like I told you all before, if you need a quarterback and they're available, and you have a young quarterback on the bench, and you just feel like, hey, I could still win or make a run because the actual team good, but my quarterback might not be ready. Like I told you, Baker and Jameis Winston is the perfect quarterbacks. Fitzgerald and Rapaya, but I would have put Patrick. Fitzpatrick. They the three quarterbacks I used to always say for Fitzpatrick, they didn't retire. But Jameis right now and Baker, they the two quarterbacks where it's like, if they hit a stride or a stretch, a good play, they could win. They could beat any team. The problem with them is they also have horrible games where they'll just throw away a game where they easily could have win, but they just keep throwing interception. So it's like a hackle and jive with them. So, like I say, that didn't surprise me. Baker them got those type of games.
Okay. Next,
Hey,
what?
one more thing I want to put Gerald Dury. I see Buccaneers, they break the franchise record in yards. Them niggas almost at 600, but that's crazy.
594.
Yeah.
See,
The
rushing
rookie
yards.
QB, I'd say play good at 1 TD and 2 interceptions.
Listen,
He play all right.
only one thing I will say to Angelo. I understand what you're saying about Baker, and I don't disagree. But that Jameis thing,
I used to be trying to figure out where he used to be trying to
Because
slide Jameson, Fitzpatrick, and James
Jameis never made the playoffs, boy. Never. At least
Listen,
Baker made the playoffs. I could understand you saying Baker. Jameis never made the playoffs.
No. See, you can't conflict two different things. I'm saying, if you have a team that is already there, Jameis have games. Jameis like that, Fitzpatrick was like that. They have stretches or games where they could explode and they could really have like crazy games and throw up crazy numbers. Remember now, the year when they actually with Jameis, the year when he lead the league, and now they can talk about the interception. Like I said, that's the hackling drive with him.
30
But he
30.
lead the NFL in touchdowns. I don't care how much you try to put that, how much interceptions you have. That's hard to do. It's hard to lead the league in
playing from
touchdowns.
behind, though.
The league must be trash that year. 30
No,
touchdowns.
he's playing from behind, playing that year, too.
No matter
But
if you playing from behind,
30
every other team.
touchdowns. 30 touchdowns shouldn't lead the league, though.
No, at no point in time.
That had to be a down, yeah. But I remember each out 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. Like
30 or 40.
30. He ain't trying to 40. All I get.
Yeah, double check for me.
He's ESPN 30 for 30.
Like a freest, like a mother lover.
All right, so Chrissy, I don't think I'm going to put you through that torture though. I'm not going to let you talk about the Bears.
Thank you.
Hold on, what?
Oh yeah, Vado camera free.
Okay.
I say he throw 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions.
Yeah, Chrissy, I ain't gonna put you through that. So, Trey, what's your thoughts on the Ravens and the Commanders, though?
I ain't gonna lie, that was a nice game. Not, it ain't going the way I quite expected it, but I gotta give a shout out to King Henry. The boy carrying the weight over there, no more.
What was your prediction last week?
I think I had the Commanders winning by 3 or 4.
Okay.
But roughly around the same score, though.
Okay. Vado, I want to get you. I skipping these dead ass teams. Got the freaking Patriots and the Browns. Vado, Chargers and Broncos. Shams was here. I thought he'd have pull up just to talk shit, but then he dipped. Broncos versus Tingham. Versus the Chargers.
He said he was coming back, but that's a simple thing to me. Patrick Sedan get hurt first drive of the game. That changed everything. We couldn't get off the field for nothing on third downs. I think they almost had the ball for 40 minutes compared to 20 for us. We couldn't get off the field, which means our offense couldn't get going. And like they score a bunch of points on us. Like, I mean, 23 is a solid amount of points. I don't
Checker,
want to make it
brother.
sound like that's nothing, but
Echo?
we just couldn't get off. No, I ain't echoing. We just couldn't get off
Oh,
the field.
shit.
So they control the clock, they control the game, and they basically just wear us down. I mean, 16. To be real, we scored that last touchdown to make it 16 with like maybe a little under 2 minutes left. So that ain't really like a true accurate score of the game. We was getting beat down though. That's like kicking, and they just didn't give us the ball back. So we lost 23-16, but it's really 23-9. So yeah, PS2 getting ready to change the whole game, and I really hope. Well, I know for sure he ain't playing on Thursday, and I hope the Saints don't find a way to beat us because of that. Our cornerbacks need to step up and do something.
I hear you. I looking at this list, man. Well, let's talk about it. That Lions game versus the Cowboys. That's the only game with sense.
Cut us.
Call it
Left.
clean and groove, boy.
Listen,
Golf
these
through.
niggas get bored. Let me tell you how crazy it was. I don't know if everyone remember this.
Or with the O
They
lineman.
Yeah.
start throwing touchdowns to the O lineman. They throw a lateral to Penny Sewell to try get him a touchdown. They try to throw to another O lineman for a touchdown. It's like
Skip or something.
we
like that.
bored. Let's just play with y'all. And then
Like,
Live
after
bait.
the game, I didn't know they have a history or something. This one nigga on Cowboys who don't like Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra, the interview.
Jordan Lewis.
yeah.
He had an interview this summer. It was a whole interview. I just see it the other day. He say they played the Cowboys last year. And he said, boy, he do an interview with Ryan Clark them on the pivot. He's like, boy, this nigga was talking crazy after the game. He said, typically I don't mind because everybody's talk trash. But he said, bro, the things this nigga was saying was disrespectful. He's like, bro, I had to look at this nigga like, who you talking to? So they win this game. All of a sudden, Amon-Ra in the locker room after the game, he playing the song name. I never heard a song in my life, but it's the name "Walk in Your Trap, Take Over Your Trap." So
Damn. That's
yeah,
disrespectful.
he
That's
basically
disrespectful.
saying we come in your house and we take this bitch over, and you believe that nigga DM him and tell him he's a bitch. So Amon-Ra
I
screenshot.
saw a screenshot like that.
Yeah, he get mad and he DM
Poor
Amon-Ra
Doc.
say you's a bitch. Amon-Ra just screenshot and laugh at it like, bro, you can't get mad. You talk shit last year when you all win. Now we beat you all. I having fun in the locker room. You want DM me? Like,
And they
these
get
niggas
murdered.
soft, boy. I telling you.
He's a stalker.
Wait, how y'all feel about Diggs though? The cornerback,
Oh, Trevor.
Trayvon Diggs.
He
He
still
getting
hurt.
hurt plenty though.
He still hurt.
Listen, I've been telling
Mind
you
you,
about that
but
nigga.
that's the MO. Getting burned.
I didn't like the fact that he get all pro his first season when he is a rookie.
I
Because he
didn't
get
like that
all
neither.
them picks. But he was getting burned left and right. Like, he didn't deserve the all pro, bro. I never understood that. He never deserved the all pro.
But he's a
I don't
gambler, though.
I don't think he'll ever be all pro again.
No.
Nah, they waiting on your boy to come back, the Ron Blanc.
I think what Trey said just now is the truth. I believe what Trey say is 100% correct. I think he's a gambler. That's the way he is. And I think when you have those type of backs, boy, you can have good, okay seasons and you can have horrible seasons. Because like you say, he's get burned a lot, but he's gamble. If you looking for a takeaway, he could get a takeaway, and it could change he could change the game, but it ain't worth it.
Jesus.
I want to
Jesus.
see. My thing is this: I want to see if Jerry can pay him big money. Him and Blan, because Blan is a gambler too. If you ask me,
Yeah, but
I want to see if
Blan ain't getting Olympic 6 no more.
I want to see if Jerry can pay all two of them. Because boy,
he can't.
Yeah, they can get some picks, but they can get burned. So, do you really want to pay them more kind of money, or you want to go look for some other DBs in the draft or something like?
I want to see if they could play wide receiver. All these interceptions trying to
They
get.
can't pay everybody. Parsons contract up.
Yeah, but they can have to pay Parsons and Lawrence. And
you can't pay everyone.
That's why the O-line suffering.
Lawrence getting released.
Parsons ain't looking like Parsons lately, though.
He hurt, though.
Okay.
I think Parsons could be.
And I ain't blame Parsons. Parsons ain't going up there to mess up himself even more.
Brighter.
All right, so like I said, the majority of these games, so much of the good teams, they on bye. So the rest of these games, I don't really care for. Like I say, the Raiders and the Steelers, that's expected. The Falcons and the Panthers, that's expected.
Yeah.
Um, I
One thing though. One thing, but sorry. Quick
Hey, what's up?
question. What y'all think about Tomlin taking Fields out the start? Well, it ain't confirmed yet. There's a possibility him taking Fields out the starting lineup, even though they 4-2.
He's ass.
If he do that, he mess up the game.
I think Russ bitching.
I think so too.
And Sierra break now.
I don't care.
No
Probably.
I,
I trying to
I
figure
know.
out.
know.
I know.
I was actually thinking too, if Tomlin actually playing mind games where they put out this information, this just the first time he actually could do first team reps, but he still get left fields. I've been thinking about that also. If he willing to say, you know what, let's go put this information out there, let my first team reps, make the Jets take, hey, guess what? You all know if you're game planning for Fields or you're game planning for us. And then when the day comes, they say, oh well, Fields is the starter.
This way talking about the Danny and
I know, he means to say Tomlin. But I'll say this though. If Russ start, then I agree with Tori. Russ ain't the type. All right, I believe they promise him when they sign him, you could be the starter. He get hurt. Obviously, Fields coming. Fields doing good. But now Russ, he healthy now. Russ ain't gonna sit there and let you make that decision. Russ get into the front office, get into Tomlin and say, look y'all, you all bring me here to be the starter. Are you ready to play? Put me in. Are you ready to go? That's the type of person he is.
Yeah.
I ain't no different
And
from man.
You believe Tomlin is the type of person to take that?
Never.
We can see right now.
I don't see Tomlin being that type.
We can see right now. Because let me tell you something. And we've been through that in Denver, when Bacon get hurt and Brock Osweiler was winning them games. And Bacon say, "Cool, boy." And Gary Kubiak confirmed that after the fact. He said when Bacon started to get LDs in the office every day, Bacon cursed him out and all that. But if you don't put me in this fucking game, it's gonna be a problem, bro. I ain't here to sit on no bench. Are you ready? Put me in. And just so happened, he ain't put him in right away. He wait till Brock had a little rough stretch in one game. And he put Peyton in, he never get Brock the job back. And then obviously Brock gets
though.
I agree.
I mean, what they was thinking with that
Russ
situation.
ain't got that type of swing.
Yeah, that's a Jeremy Lin
We can see
type situation.
Right, I mean, that's an example. That's the only one I got to come up with off the top of my head. But like I say, we can see if he put him in that game, if he start him, I can know for sure Russ was in the EL.
That's like Jimmy.
Put me in, bro.
That's like Jimmy Garoppolo after he 4-0 start telling Tom Brady, say, he's chill out, man. I get the season.
Because I really be trying to figure out if he believes, even though they winning, the team could operate better under us.
Never.
I don't think he believes.
I wouldn't even take that chance.
I think he believes it don't matter which one of them he have in there.
I think that Tomlin, I think that he's gonna will start Russ right on a game where Russ might lose, just to shut him up. No, seriously, it's like okay.
No, Tomlin ain't doing that. Tomlin ain't throwing away no games. If Tomlin play Russ, he truly believe Russ gives, in my opinion, I believe he truly believes Russ gives them the better option at winning. I just think.
And you don't believe that?
I can't see. To me, my whole thing is this: even if you believe Russ better than Fields, if you believe that, it only could be a tad bit better.
Ain't even that.
It's 4-2 better.
Even if it's better, it's only a little bit better. Is it even worth it? Because now you gotta think about this. Once you go to Russ, Fields then is a little shaky, even though he's having a good year this year. In fairness to Fields, he's having a good year this year. But we understand where he come from, and he was going through some type of purgatory, but he's basically how he reached it now. For a young player like that, what you think that dude has mindset? I been out here, I 4-2, I young. The last team I was to basically give up on me. I don't think it was my fault. I think it was the team fault. I came here to get a second chance to show them, hey, it really wasn't me. I gone out there. I produced last minute. Came in. I don't see what I did wrong. This guy get healthy. He ain't have no big name at this particular moment. He had a name in the past. Because he come from the same type of situation where like what I come from, the last team didn't want was done with him. And you still bench me.
I think
Now
Fields
it's in the rough to put me back in there.
in on the gig too.
How you want him to feel? And he's a young player.
I think Fields know the time too. You know the time too. That's why Russ is playing against y'all, and Russ is gonna lose, and then Russ is gonna sit his ass back down. That's the play.
You just need to sit
But
down
my
on
point
the board.
is, I understand the trade. I mean, I'm sorry, I understand that. But my issue is this: we ain't playing Madden, you know. That psychologically is do something to young players.
That's why I saying I think Fields know it too. Fields, I think Fields see the vibe too, and Field, he co-sign it.
The same franchise mode, hey Angelo.
Nobody say no front, no boy. You ain't something, boy, this and that, and you ain't gotta worry about people. Like you say, this franchise mode. You have to worry about people, young players especially. They seem like an old veteran who probably even could take it better.
Like
This,
Flacco.
like Flacco. Flacco, you probably get away with that. Fields to
And
do
doesn't.
that now when if he have to come back in the game because something happened to Russ or he don't play well. What you think end up happening now? Every throw now he's second guessing himself. I can't make a mistake. Tomlin might take me out the game. Should I do this? You overthinking. To me, when you're dealing with young players, that's why I always think when you bench them, you might as well leave them for a while, like what you do with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say, Tori Don, but let Russ play. And then when he lose, take him back out. Bro, you gonna just, if Russ lose that game, you gonna just go next game or get him back to fields. No, bro, you got to stick with him for a while.
I agree.
Russ need to retire. Real dog.
I agree.
I agree with that too. But he got some foolishness in his mind, like he go win more championships and make the Hall of Fame.
He never was that guy, boy.
He finished,
boy. If he getting all of Fame, listen to me, boy. Listen, niggas.
Who that is?
Listen, Russ.
Who? Russ?
Mm-hmm.
Why Russ? I think Russ going to Hall of Fame.
But
I think so.
He going to Seahawks Hall of Fame.
Not even that, boy.
No, but I think he going to Hall of Fame.
I think so.
All right, so going back to Vado. Well, in fact, y'all, let me get your quick thoughts and your final scores right on these games for next week. Thursday, Saints and Broncos.
I got Saints. I got Broncos. My bad.
I got us 20-30.
I got the Broncos 24-10.
I got Saints 24, Broncos 14.
Oh wow! Okay.
Chris Olave ain't playing.
You surprising?
He's an off.
No, I believe so. Patrick Sertan, right?
Yeah, man, Chris, but y'all two of them in concussion protocol. Them niggas ain't.
I can't see Broncos winning without him. I believe that's a big part of their team defensively.
Saints
I believe
can win without Chris Olave.
Yeah,
they could.
Yeah,
So
she getting double.
So
Mel is saying.
I hope so.
Mel is saying that Russell Wilson, he's on the cliff as well.
He been off the cliff from last year.
Yeah,
He's on the cliff. All right. So the Jaguars, Patriots. Ooh, this is a tough one.
I actually got the Jags.
Yeah, I got the Jags.
I got the Jaguars 7-16.
I got 19-16 Jags.
I got a 30-10.
Jags or Pats?
Yeah.
All right.
Ain't gonna be too much.
I got a 17-16. Well, he's 17-16. Chrissy, I can give you all one more chance. 17-16 Jags.
Appreciate it.
This should be a good game. Vikings and Lions.
Oh yeah, that could be solid.
Upset alert. Lions 21, Vikings 7.
No, my.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I got
boy.
Lions. I got Lions.
But I
I got
sure
the
Lions
Lions with
favorite.
that too.
I
Are you
got
looking
Lions
at
winning
today?
that too.
Vikings favored by 2.5, I think.
Yeah, because they
I got
5-0.
Lions favorite.
Yeah.
Because they 5-0. So
I'll say this, so if the Vikings can't get out ahead quick,
Why?
that could be terrible. That could be a
I just
terrible game.
realized Hayden Hutchinson out for the year, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
break
break
his
his
leg.
leg.
Fuck.
that's a lie. Why? All right. So Bills and Titans. No, I don't care about that. Colts and Dolphins.
Titans might actually win that one.
Never.
Oh, let's do the Colts and Dolphins.
Colts and Dolphins.
Check this
Hey,
nigga.
these niggas is killing me, son.
Colts and
Let me do the
Dolphins.
Colts. Let's do the Colts and Dolphins.
Colts
I
19,
Smart.
Dolphins 13.
I got Flacco season, boy.
Yeah.
We ain't beat Flacco since he must have been in the league.
What a sick.
Colts 20, Dolphins 13.
But I got us winning this Sunday. I ain't gonna
Not
fuck
true.
what George say.
Nah.
23-17. All the way.
Who putting up the 23 points?
I'll throw 23 points.
Us? One or two defensive scores?
What?
Or defensive stops?
You think Flacco can give you a pick six or something?
What you mean give? He ain't gotta give it.
Or you taking it?
Y'all just can take it.
Toy. I can answer because he makes it.
Boy, Trey, I know what you've been smoking. You must see sprinkle some coke in that dope what you were smoking earlier.
Wait, hey,
With that fentanyl in there.
all like stats, right? Go look at the defensive stats. Nothing too crazy.
That help you. That been helping you, Ali.
Bro, we don't give up much points. It's the fact that we
Active. That
can't
been helping you,
score.
Ali.
Y'all lucky baby BBL jersey.
That's why I say where you all getting 23 points from.
What he would have do?
Well, you would do better than Jacoby from what I see Sunday. Yeah, BBL would have put up some more points.
They might have put up at least 170 in it.
West got a point.
All right.
Boy, the Falcons.
Falcons, Seahawks. The Falcons win, bro.
I
The
go
Falcons.
Yeah.
Falcons.
I
The
got the
Falcons.
Falcons too. That's my dog horse team.
See,
The Packers-
put a cut ass on them.
But the Packers and Texans, though. I got the Texans.
That's a
I
good
go on.
game.
I go on.
Boy, I got
Texans.
Parkers. I got
Oh, you got
Parkers.
You don't learn, do, but
I got Parkers.
Hey, low key,
I could go either way.
I got Parkers too. I got a little bit of bias because I don't like the Texans, but
Hey. But you like the Packers, though.
I gave him the Texans.
all right, I got the Texans. I
He
got the
loved
Texans.
them.
No, don't switch him now because they call you out. I just saying. We all know you're a Packers fan.
Yeah,
That's
like
straight
Von,
up.
I see
Well,
what Trey trying to do too.
He loved the Packers.
he loved the Packers.
Like Von, but wow.
1 and 10.
He love it better. Everything cool. Mel say he got the Patriots 17-10.
Who they playing?
He's
Oh,
a Patriot fan. He's a Patriot fan.
Plus he got the Saints too.
Yeah, he's a bro. He hating on me. I know how to think. All my boys be hating, but I know what's going on.
I know.
Browns and Bengals. Browns and Bengals. That's a
Ohio
mid off.
Showdown.
30. Bengals 30, Browns 17.
The Ohio Showdown.
Browns 17, Bengals 10.
You cool.
Season over.
But someone season over. One of these two Ohio teams and the other one season.
Say JJ don't play for the Vikings no more. This man say 7 points. Who say 7 points for the Vikings?
I think that was
Me?
three.
Trey.
What JJ got to do with that?
What you mean?
With
What you think?
JJ been there enough time and they score 7.
Vikings?
Yeah, boy.
When?
And like
What,
Chrissy
this-
said,
Not this year.
no, not this year, but like Chrissy said, they don't show up in the second half. Neither do JJ.
They
I ain't
need to
even
get them
think he
quick.
cracked
If they don't get them
100
quick,
yards in the last 2 or 3 games, boy.
All right, so the very important game. I guess skip all these shits: Giants, Eagles, Rams, Raiders, Commanders, Panthers, 49ers, and
I get
Chiefs.
the Rams winning that in a blowout, boy.
Yeah, but okay. I mean,
35, nothing.
that Eagles Giants game will be closer though.
I
it's a
think
mid off.
Yeah, I got the Eagles 23, Giants 17. But the Chiefs Niners.
Chiefs, Niners.
Right now, I think this mental, boy. So I got the Chiefs 26, Niners 23. Until the Niners show me they could beat them, I gotta go Chiefs.
They might beat them in the regular season or no.
But they didn't beat them last time.
Where they playing? Where they playing?
And they playing in
Arrowhead?
Arrowhead.
Sure.
Yeah,
No, they playing in San Francisco. Look like I didn't go to
Yeah.
see.
Serious?
Where you all see that?
I mean, to me,
It
when
hard to
home,
tell.
it don't matter where they play.
It's
Press
different.
Sorry.
Usually,
No, it does make a
usually,
difference.
Yeah, they playing in San Fran.
Yeah, they playing in.
Yeah, Levi. Santa
I
Clara.
I go on for San Francisco then.
all right. What's your final score?
Chiefs is
San
all
Francisco.
out.
I have San Francisco. I have San Francisco 20, 23, 23-21.
Oh wow.
I got the
Whoa.
Chiefs 26-23. They go in on a field goal, and they get some BS penalties to get up.
You need to stop, man. Ali text you and tell you say that.
And let's see how that game could go, boy.
All right. Vado,
Parents.
did you give yours?
Yeah, I had the same scores, Chrissy. 26-23 Chiefs.
All right, cool. Steelers and Jets. Now, mind you, for this Steelers team, will it make a difference whether Fields is starting or whether
Don't matter.
Russ?
Steelers 17, Jets 3.
Wait,
Hold on.
wait,
Steelers 17. How much your Jets are?
3.
3 points.
Steelers. Hey, sorry,
3 points.
you really just gotta
Trade. Listen to me.
TJ Watt.
Biasness, but
TJ Watt, Cam Maywood, and Alex Highsmith, but they have a field day on your low line. You all ain't
Listen
have
to
no
me.
edge
Put
protect this.
Flacco on the bench again.
You all ain't have,
Tree,
remember
I
I
don't know
tell you, you all ain't have no edge protect this. But that's why I say you all need O-linemen. Them
No, but
tackles,
listen to me. Our defenders all right. Listen to me. We all right there. Morgan, Moses, and I good with them. They solid.
Boy,
They-
I watch. You, all right, Vado, you see how you say Josh Allen duck under defender and complete the pass, right?
mm-hmm.
If you go back on one of them run plays, the Jets had Tyron Smith kick blocking. You wouldn't believe the defender ducked under him and made the tackle.
Them things is
You think
happening.
I
Okay,
got it?
them things is happening, Trey.
No, man, them things don't happen to the elite linemen. Penay Sewell and Tristan Wirfs and you know,
Okay,
even
okay,
Teron
listen.
Armstead who can't stay healthy. These things don't happen.
No, listen, Trey, listen to me.
What you trying
Do
to
I
tell me?
believe Tyrone is as elite what he was when he was with the Cowboys? No. But
Far
if you
from it.
telling me he's still one of the best left tackles inside, he's still a top 10 left tackle inside football.
Blasphemy.
He's still a top 10 left tackle in football. Listen to me. You can't. Everybody's gonna make mistakes. But for most of that game, Tyrone hold up. For most of that game, Tyrone hold up. And Morgan
What you
Moses
want
on the
me
right
to do?
tackle, he hold up most of the game too.
TJ Watt is scared to the quarterback. The quickest in the league right now, but
Well,
he
guess
about
what?
to have
He can get the air out for sure, but I still got the
about to
Jets
have
winning.
a field day.
I still got the Jets winning.
Okay.
Well,
I got
guess
you
what?
on that.
I'll say this. He could get us. Yeah, he get us all game. And then the second part about it is, boy, when you have two elite wide receivers like what I believe we got, even though I believe Davante hadn't done, but he had the last like tail in his prime. I don't need much time. Rogers in me.
What's this, right? So you saying Davante playing Sunday?
Coach, I mean,
Yes,
the
boy.
coach say he hopes so. So we'll see. But Devontae, he was on McAfee today. He say it ain't much different from what they was running in Green Bay. Just some little different verbiage. But he said he should be straight. And he said the arm string straight too.
Of course, he hamstring straight now.
Damn straight.
Come on.
All right.
I blame him. And then the second thing about it is, like I say, he just got to learn our verbiage as far as with play cards on what to do, how it is to get accustomed to it. But wait,
But
I playbook easy to remember because he didn't used to those plays.
But I'll say this too. Everybody saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm string straight now." But I think that was a mutual decision with him and the Raiders. We are not gonna play you because we want to trade you. We ain't worried your value. You come out there and get it.
Yeah.
That would make sense. That would make
I
sense.
honestly believe that was a mutual decision.
Yeah.
I think so
Yeah,
too.
but we know that.
All right, so I'm gonna move on right
Yeah.
quick. The Buccaneers versus the Ravens.
That's a
Ravens
good
can kill
game
that.
too.
That's a
Upset alert.
I got Ravens 35 bucks 20.
mm.
I
Ravens
got Ravens.
28. Ravens 28, Bucks 20.
Lamar about to look at his second loss at the NFC.
The
All right.
score.
Huh?
What's your
24-17. Box up.
I got 30-24 Ravens.
all right? I feel you on that. And the last game, the Cardinals versus the Chargers.
Who?
Chargers 20, Cardinals 16.
Are you skipping fucking this?
Chargers 17, Cardinals 9.
I can't even fathom a score for that game. I feel like that can be one of them weird
Wait,
anomalies in the league, like where the score has never been happened in the
13-10.
scoregami.
Yeah, dog, like what 8-9 or something more.
Scoregami.
Something weird.
2-3. I didn't know
Yeah,
before
with
though.
something weird.
All right, gents. That's it in terms of topics. I have nothing left to say. I give you all the floor for 2 more minutes, and then I can wrap it up. But yeah,
All right, I'll just say this
might
one thing.
wrap it up, but it lose talks and all, man. Red God for your dog stuff.
I'll say this. So this is Tavato, then what they was basically saying earlier. I just didn't want to go back and forth with the show. But just remember now, Jameis, I just see that year with Jameis. Jameis had over 5,000 yards also.
But he ain't made the
Going
playoff.
from behind.
Boy, listen to me. I don't care how much time from behind you drove. 5,000, and that was 16 games. Y'all like Bandu.
Play that story, boy.
that's me. I ain't talking, bro.
Sorry,
Nigga
that's
facial
so
expression is
These words ain't coming from my mouth, bro. These words. God damn.
No, but see, my thing about it, right? I know Jameis have numbers, right? But at the end of the day, when you go all Fitz magic, and you go all Baker, they at least make the playoffs. The magic there, like they just find a way to win games. Like Jameis, if he'd have made the playoffs even once, I would have been like, all right, I agree with Angelo, but nigga can't make the playoffs.
But the thing about it, he had the lead wideouts his whole career. Vincent Jackson, Mike Evans.
I think he had Godwin too.
Yeah, I
on,
didn't want to
go
mention
on,
it because
go
I
on.
wasn't quite sure. But he might have had Godwin for real.
Vincent Jackson
Vincent Jackson was
Vincent
elite when he
Jackson
gone
was
now.
elite at one point in time, boy.
Boy,
with Jameis.
Boy,
Yes, boy.
who you think teach Mike Evans how to be great? See, you just
boy.
can't see it. You still,
Because Vincent come from San Diego.
yeah, boy. With Philip
Yeah.
Rivers. See, you still use the man who's saying Adams can be wide receiver once. I mean, wide receiver two. So who can't convince me that you know true wide receiver talent?
His credibility shot. That's what you saying?
Huh?
You saying?
I so glad we get to put this to the test.
Yeah, boy. Again, wait. Like how I show my boy how most teams is play. Davante and Garrett can see double teams, and you all wide receiver 3 and 4 can have the heat.
Well, it's hard been eaten, so that's straight.
That's real for Joe.
What Kira's saying? I just can't see a new coach and a new player in the middle of the season go on a run. We talking about Jets?
Yeah.
Him and Angelo have a thing too. I don't know.
Listen to me. Here's my boy, man. Listen to me. That's like my brother. But I can tell you one thing. He just a hating nigga.
Boy, plenty hating is beginning on here. Ain't a lot of objectivity. Because Trey got to stop. He's be saying some things. When it comes to
But Kiro, I believe we going undefeated from here on out, you know.
When it comes to the Jets and the Bills, you be saying anything sometimes. But Sean McDermott on the hot seat. Why you don't stop, boy?
All right, that might have been a little biased.
might it might have.
But I feel the Jets can lose for true. Y'all think they clowning. The score might not be 70 in the tree, but they can feel like that.
All right. So Vado, Trey, Chrissy, any last words before I close out?
Big one thing ain't gonna make that batty.
Well, Trey, I got one thing to say. Dolphins, I don't know when two are coming. I don't know if you know when two are coming back.
Week 9 or 10.
If he coming back, then
Might
y'all
be week 8, depending on how they score.
okay. Well, y'all season finished.
See, this the same thing I talking about, but niggas don't want me replicate the hate. Come on, man.
If he
I get
come back,
word the same thing. My season finished, but y'all fully healthy, and y'all having a fire sale and
We ain't really fully
everything
healthy,
must
but
go type what?
we ain't really fully healthy. But I ain't
What
going
you
through that.
mean?
CJ Mosley ain't been there.
Really, boy? CJ Mosley?
He
Why
sounded
he's in the league?
That was you. So you telling me Mosley was
He's
y'all
he's
problem all
our
this time?
captain on defense.
You get do it.
And seriously, this one of the biggest reasons why we used to be able to withstand the run before the run was because of CJ Mosley.
So
CJ Mosley was that one player who used to really help us stop the run.
what about Quincy Williams?
What happened to Quincy?
He is playing. I trying to figure out now.
Yeah, but Quincy isn't known to be a run stop. Quincy is more of a rushing the passer type linebacker. He could stop the run here and there, but that ain't what he's known for. He really is a linebacker with good in coverage. He could rush and he good in coverage.
So
If he got to
CJ
go
was
in
there
coverage,
last night, right?
huh?
CJ was there last night, right?
Oh, CJ Mosley?
Yeah,
I remember him playing.
yeah, but he's there. I almost
Nah, sure,
positive
I
he's
remember him
there.
playing.
Regardless, boy, ready there or not, George season finished, boy.
Well, listen to me.
The jet has landed.
The Jet has landed. I don't want it. I didn't look at the schedule of what we have going on. Right? We beating the Steelers. And I think we got I think we have the Patriots. I beaten them. Houston is the only tough game after that, and then I think we have the Colts. Right?
Yes, CJ played last night. He had one tackle.
Yeah. So if he played, he wasn't playing a lot. I know that for sure. Because Sherwood, I was seeing Sherwood and Quincy playing most of them snaps.
I know he's number what, 57, right?
Yeah.
I know I see him last night. Come on. And Joe go these shoes. Oh, that's good.
Well, hey, guess what? But we could one thing about football, we all, God bless us with life, health, and strength. We all can see this. All this gotta play. You can't talk it, you gotta play it too. Like I say, we 2-4 out 6 games is what? 11 games left? Out them 11 games, out them 11 games left what we have. I honestly believe I only see 3 more losses in there. And that's possible losses.
So you want me to run the table?